FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Is the media group station. This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Boy dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden, this is Boston Bruins hockey. Tonight, the Bruins come home for the first time since Christmas, opening up a 5-game homestand as the Calgary Flames make their only visit to Boston this season. Great to have you with us, along with Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Tonight's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Bruins get back to Boston after a 5-game road trip that saw them go 2-2-1. The trip ended with a thud on Tuesday night in Seattle. Boston surrendering 3 power play goals en route to a 7-4 loss to the Kraken. For head coach Marco Sturm, there was a lot to be frustrated about.
Today was probably both. I mean, again, we talk about it every day, and then look at our 4 penalties there. You know, starts with Sway, David, Z, ozone penalty, all of a sudden from Stevie. I mean, I don't know. Might have to ask the players, but again, that can happen. And it's just we were not patient enough, I thought, without the puck. We wanted it so badly because we felt that it's right there, and all of a sudden, you know, the details mattered, and it cost us.
Yeah, again, it's a broken record right now for the Bruins in terms of the penalties that they're taking, the situations they're taking them in, and then you add to the fact that, you know, you give up 3 power play goals. It just, not only are you taxing certain guys and not playing certain guys, but you're not killing the penalties either. So it's been an issue for them all year long. Marco Sturm in that cut says, you know, you ask the players, you know, but because what do you do as a coach? I mean, the only thing you do is cut ice time.
Right.
You know, if it's the same guys taking it, but you've got some important guys taking penalties. It's, you know, like, you're going to cut David Pastrnak's ice time because he took an offensive zone penalty in the 3rd period. Are you going to cut, you know, some of the defensemen that are taking a couple of penalties because they play a lot of hockey and there's a lot, you know, on their plates already. I don't know what you do. I really don't. But it's gotten to a point now where they all know it. It's not a secret. It's not something that they're shying away from. They know it. They've got to be better at it. They've got to be more disciplined. And when I say discipline, it's not about the big hit penalties. It's not about the penalties you take by protecting your goaltender or protecting a player. You know, those are roughing penalties. You say you're gonna kill those. You know, it's the hookings, it's the holdings, it's the trips, it's the, you know, reaching with the stick type of penalties.
The offensive zone stuff.
The offensive zone ones are the worst, right? So it's just, you know, you add it all up, and it's a recipe for disaster. And, you know, the highest penalized team in the league, they've got to change it. They've got to work it out. They've got to get through it. You're halfway through the season. It's a pattern. It's a major pattern, and it's an area that's certainly for the Bruins in a list of things that need to be cleaned up in order for you to be better and be a playoff team and be competing for the playoffs. You know, the amount of penalties and the types of penalties are right up there.
And for a decent chunk of the season, they were killing off a good deal of those penalties. It's been a little more leaky
of
late,
masking it.
and that's made it an even bigger problem. David Pastrnak, 2 goals in that loss, now has 7 points in his last 3 games, but he looked at that game on Tuesday night as a missed opportunity against the Seattle team that had played on the road the night before.
There's no excuse to be tired. We had plenty of day and rest. You know, we should have been the fresher team. At times we were, but again, we made
a lot of mistakes, and you know, against team like that is feeling good, and you know, everything's clicking for them so right now, then you can't do that. There's no way you're gonna win a hockey game in this league like that. So it's just gonna be better. Felt like first half of game, you know, everything they got, it was from our mistakes. So that just can happen. Waste of opportunity for close up the trip.
You know, we talk a little bit about sometimes it's how you catch a team.
Yeah.
You know, you can catch a good team that's on a bit of a downslide and, you know, take advantage of them. You can catch, a bad team that's winning games. And I'm not saying Seattle's bad, but prior to their 8-0-1 streak that they're on now, they had lost 7 in a row. So,
right.
Or 6 or 7 in a row. So you catch teams at different times. You caught Seattle at a bad time. If you're the Bruins, yeah, you had 2 days of rest. They had to play the day before in Calgary. Well, you're catching the team right now. So you caught Vancouver on a back-to-back. You caught Seattle on a back-to-back. Calgary played last night in Montreal, and that's, we know that trip. It's,
sure.
You get back from Montreal, by the time you get through customs and get your head on a pillow, it's, 2, 3 in the morning. So, this is an advantage for the Bruins, even though they just came off a long road trip and got back yesterday after a long flight back from Seattle. It should be an advantage for the Bruins, but sometimes that day coming home after a long road trip is kind of a trap for you. I think if they had won in Seattle, it'd be more of a trap. The fact that they lost in Seattle should have a little bit more motivation here today.
No question. Morgan Geekie now comes into tonight's game. 25 goals on the season, but hasn't had one in the last 7 games, just one in the last 9. Talked about it this morning, said he's not trying to put any added pressure on himself.
I have a higher standard for myself now, knowing that that's something that I can do, but it's a long season, Like I said earlier, it's just I've been pretty fortunate the last little while. The pucks have gone in, and it's just the way that's hockey. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm sorry I don't have a better explanation, but it's just one of those things that everybody goes through, and we'll just try to get out of it as quick as we can.
I thought after Vancouver, he was due for a breakout game.
Yeah.
He hit the post twice against the Canucks. He had a 2-on-1 where he had a chance. For me, it never had been a goal scorer, but watching enough of them over the years, guys squeeze their stick a little bit. Easy things become a little bit harder. I mean, he fell down skating through the neutral zone in Seattle.
Yeah.
Like, he fell down with nobody around him. He fought the puck. He was chopping the puck into little bits there a couple times. He's a good player. He's going to break out of it at some point. When he does, it's going to be noticeable. We've seen him. He went through it early this season.
Yeah.
Where he was fighting it a little bit, and then all of a sudden he broke through and went on a good heater there. And he's up to the goal scoring where he is now, but he's fighting it a little bit. So changing some of the lines, trying to get a little bit more out of some guys. You can always put Geekie and Pastrnak back together, but for right now, he's going to play on the line with Fraser Minten here today and see if he can shake something free, because he's too good of a player. He's proven it, and look, he's not anymore, but for the longest time, for the calendar year, January 1 to January 1, he was the leading goal scorer in the NHL.
Right.
Nobody had more goals than him, so it's in there. He's just got to find it again, and he's fighting it right now because he cares. And when you care and you're fighting it, you try to do a little bit too much, and it kind of snowballs, and that's where it's at for him right now.
Yeah, 50 goals during the 2025 calendar year for Morgan Geekie. Well, as we get you ready for the Bruins and the Flames, here's what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We'll go around the NHL, including the Rangers, turning to Jonathan Quick in goal.
Well, we have ultimate faith in Quickie. He's an elite goaltender. He's a fierce competitor.
I'll chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
It's up to a player now, because that has nothing to do with any structure system stuff. That's just a lot of individual mistakes, just bad mistakes we just can't have.
And up next, we'll preview the Calgary Flames here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to tonight's game on the Bruins Radio Network to hear this date in history restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
So I'm running late for a hugely important meeting. Of course, traffic is bad. And then I got rear-ended. The timing was inconvenient. But I have to say, safety insurance made the claims process unbelievably convenient. I simply uploaded pics of my car. The claims adjuster sent me back an estimate. I even got the money to cover the repair digitally. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms conveniently.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
And if Kadri gets dumped, no penalty call, loose puck, Kapanen scores! And Nazem Kadri is not a happy camper. Oliver Kapanen puts the puck past Dustin Wolf and into the Flames net to make it 3-0 Canadians.
Bruins getting ready to host the Calgary Flames, who got off to a really rough start this season, but battled back into relevance with a 19-game stretch where they went 13-5-1 to get back to 500. But since then, they've lost 3 in a row, including a 4-1 loss last night in Montreal. Flames coach Ryan Huska said there were some self-inflicted wounds in that one.
Listen, there's parts of our game that I thought I was okay with, like similar to what I felt like we were like at the beginning of the year. There's stretches in there that I think we hurt ourselves a little bit with individual play or, a mistake in an inopportune time, which I thought cost us. And then I thought we didn't dig in hard enough in some of the battle areas on the puck is what I would say for tonight's game.
Wasn't that long ago the Bruins played Calgary, and the Bruins were the better team. They gave up one shot against the Flames in the third period. One shot. And then they took an ill-advised penalty. If we heard that, it's a broken record, I know. They took an ill-advised penalty with no time on the clock. Now you got a 4-on-3 to kill. They have a breakaway in overtime. They can't score. Have a rebound chance on the breakaway, can't score. And eventually, with only 8 seconds left on that power play, Calgary scores. So probably the better team then. Since then, they've lost 3 in a row. Opportunity here, I think, for the Bruins. You come into this game. I know you're coming off a long road trip and, a lot of travel and whatever. But, look, Calgary played last night against Montreal. They've lost 3 in a row. This is an opportunity for the Bruins to get back on the winning track. And they probably should have won that game in Calgary because they were the better team in that one. So it started to slip for the Flames, starting then.
I think the Bruins also need to get back to playing well at home. The last 5-game homestand did not exactly go the way that they wanted to. They open up a 5-game homestand here tonight. Time now for the Catches Law injury report. Hampus Lindholm was injured during the road trip, placed on IR on Tuesday. Did skate this morning. Marco Sturm says he'll be expected back soon, but they don't have a timeline quite yet. Jordan Harris remains on long-term IR. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com and schedule your free consultation today. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Looking for a new twig? Check out the stick seller at Sports Etc. in Arlington and shoot the latest sticks from Bauer like the Proto 2, Pulse, Tracer, and Flylight. Sports Etc. has hundreds of sticks in stock to choose from. Or use the Bauer Stick Customizer exclusive to Sports Etc. and build your own stick, including the flex, blade pattern, and color, and delivered in 5 days. Get your next Bauer stick at Sports Etc., Boston's best hockey shop, 1303 Mass Ave in Arlington, online at sportsetc.net.
Imagine a life where clear, crisp vision is always at your fingertips. No glasses, no hassle. With advanced refractive surgery from the team at Boston Vision, you can correct your reading vision quickly, safely, and effectively. The Boston Vision team of expert surgeons use cutting-edge technology to help you see near and far with ease, giving you the freedom you deserve. So what are you waiting for? Book a free consultation online today at bostonvision.com. Don't let reading glasses hold you back. See the difference? Feel the freedom. Boston Vision has locations in Brookline, Wellesley, Medford, Milford, and Andover, because your best vision is Boston Vision.
Save on appliances at the Home Depot with up to $1,000 off select appliances like Whirlpool that can keep up with your busy routine. The Home Depot has Whirlpool laundry appliances with Fan Fresh. This feature fans and tumbles your laundry after it's done to help keep your clothes fresh until you're ready to grab them. Shop now and get up to $1,000 off select appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Offer valid January 8th through 28th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
L&F is a veteran-owned company offering premier services such as heat pumps, panel upgrades, and more. Visit lfelectricalservice.com.
Swing into Golf Lounge 18 to keep your game warm this winter. With games, ranges, and courses, their technology allows fun for everyone, and the parties are just heating up. Golf Lounge 18 is your destination for celebrations. It's the perfect place for corporate events and team building. Your cure for the winter blues is at Golf Lounge 18. Drop into any of their locations in Dedham, Braintree, or Peabody for winter fun with friends and family. Sip, swing, stay. Book your bay today at golflounge18.com.
Hit 98.5 thesportshub.com. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The injury report is out for Patriots and Chargers. Garrett Bradbury, Vidarian Lowe dealing with an illness. Kyrie's Tonga did not practice with a foot injury. Omari and Hampton out, or at least did not practice today for L.A. Mike McDaniel out in Miami in the college football playoff. Ole Miss and Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandoilChange.com. You'll save 15% off an extra after oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray, Ryan and Bob. Take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Calgary coming up. Let's take a look at some of the other action around the NHL tonight. Florida Panthers going to visit Montreal. Paul Maurice's Panthers currently 5th place in the Atlantic Division.
With all that we've gone through, I'm really happy with what they've been able to do, staying in the fight. I mean, we're in a hell of a lot better shape than we were January 3 years ago and still found a way to get to the final. But that means nothing because that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, and playing against, it's another Atlantic Division matchup, playing against Montreal. Montreal playing with all kinds of confidence right now. So Florida, confident team. They like where they sit right now, that, despite some of the injuries that they've had with Tkachuk and Barkov out of the lineup, a couple of defensemen that they've been missing for a while. They're going up against a good Montreal team, though. Montreal's proven that they're here to stay. They had a good season last year and, on schedule again this year.
Red Wings going to host Vancouver tonight. 7 o'clock face-off. Sabres at the Rangers. Rangers placing Igor Shesterkin on IR this week. Coach Mike Sullivan turns to Jonathan Quick.
Well, we have ultimate faith in Quickie. He's an elite goaltender. He's a fierce competitor. I mean, his body of work in the league speaks for itself. Look what he's done for our team this year. Every time he goes in, he gives us timely save after timely save.
Yeah, but now he's got to do it every game. Yep. So that's the, I agree with Mike Sullivan. Jonathan Quick has been excellent. He's had a fantastic career. He's been good this year. But now he's got to do it, more often. And, at his age, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. No disrespect. But and for a team that doesn't score a whole lot.
Right.
Especially on home ice, they don't score a whole lot. And they're on home ice against the Buffalo Sabres, who have won, 11 of 12. So Buffalo comes in really confident.
Toronto at Philadelphia tonight. Austin Matthews and the Leafs 5-0-2 in their last 7.
Yeah, I think we've definitely found our rhythm. I mean, I feel like a broken record, but I mean, a couple weeks ago, I thought we played 2 really good road games in Nashville and Dallas. We didn't come out with it with wins or points, but I thought we were moving in the right direction. And then, we closed it out at home against Pitt. And then after the break, I just felt like we've just picked up from there, and it's been great.
That's our look around the NHL. Marco Sturm joins us next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, it's Matt for Rodenheiser. Boston's hockey team may be trading cold ice for Florida heat at the beginning of next month, but at Rodenheiser Home Services, handling temperature swings is nothing new. Whether it's keeping homes warm through winter or cool when summer hits, their expert HVAC and plumbing technicians are there for any weather and are trusted when it matters most. Rodenheiser delivers comfort you can count on, no matter how extreme the conditions. That's Rodenheiser. Nice people, great service since 1928. Scheduled today at rodenheiser.com.
Buy your next boat from Nauset Marine on Cape Cod. Nauset Marine specializes in Boston whalers, Robalo, new, used, and brokerage boats. Visit them this week at the New England Boat Show or go to nausetmarine.com to view their inventory and learn more. Nauset Marine, keeping families afloat since 1961.
It's late night and you're hungry. The Sylvan Street Grill late night menu has you covered. Go in or order online until 11:30 every day. The Sylvan Street Grill, Peabody and Salisbury. Eat, drink, and chill at the Sylvan Street Grill.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now, all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Coleman. It's electric. When you need an electrician, call Coleman Electric. From Boston to Bow, New Hampshire, south to Sandwich, west to Worcester, Coleman Electric has an office around your corner and up your block. Remember, it's not Coleman, it's Coleman. Kuhlman.
It's electric. Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Bruins getting ready to take on the Calgary Flames, joined by head coach Marco Sturm. As you guys come off the long road trip and the loss to Seattle the other night, what went sideways in that game in your mind?
We probably felt too good. I think we had good energy, we had good legs. We had a few days off. They didn't. What was the difference was they played smarter than us. I think that was it. There was not a lack of energy or work they were just us, they were just smarter than us, and we just didn't handle it very well. Going through a process like that.
Obviously, we know the penalties have been an issue all season long. Crops up again in the game the other night. Is there anything more that you can do? I mean, as a coach, because you've talked about it till you're blue in the face at this point.
Yeah, no, you're right, and I think there's a couple little things or big things. I don't know how you want to name it. There's still you can do. You can always take away some ice times or even scratch players, whatever it is. I hopefully, and I don't have to go to that point, but if it is, I have to do it, because at one point, I think it's up to a player now, because that has nothing to do with any structure system stuff. That's just a lot of individual mistakes, just bad mistakes we just can't have.
You gave up 3 goals to their power play the other night. 5-on-5 defensively as well. There were some breakdowns and some pretty easy opportunities, it felt like. So kind of where was your team at defensively, and what needs to be cleaned up there?
Yeah, no, I just mentioned it. It felt like for me, not energy-wise, because we had a good start, but the chances, the way we give up the chances, it felt like a little bit like Buffalo. Skilled team, lots of speed. We didn't stick with our, game plan a little bit, and Buffalo, we got away of it from our game. Last game, I feel like we did the same thing. So, again, both nights now we got Calgary, so that's a good thing. After Buffalo, we got Calgary, found our game again. Hopefully, we're going to do it again tonight.
When you look at that road trip as a whole and where you were coming out of the Christmas break versus where you are now, do you look at it as a success overall?
Absolutely, because there were some tough moments. I'm not going to lie. Even during Christmas, I didn't like that week. Even after Buffalo, we came out pretty much the same way. The game ended up the same way, like the way we finished before the break. There was a few concerns there and frustration. But now looking back and see how we did after that game, you know what? We can be really happy about it. And there was a lot of good things. It's just, we have certain standards, and I have certain standards for my team, for this organization. So we just want to make sure we're going to try to, continue with that and try to be consistent much as we can throughout the season.
Morgan Geekie hasn't scored in 7 games. It's been a long time since he's gone through a stretch like that. We were just talking to him a few minutes ago. As a coach, is there anything you can do to kind of help him through it, or does he just have to play his way out of it?
Yeah, no, it's part of being a professional, part of being a hockey player, part of being a goal scorer, so it's his fault too. So, no, but again, he's everyone goes through it. He probably scored way too many goals, probably in his mind. Battling with McKinnon at one point. That's not good either for him. So, his standards were really high too, and now he's, having a hard time. How do you get out of it? With my experience, just keep it simple. That's the only way, and that's why we're going to put him today with Minton and Steve's kind of, the north-south, south-north game, up and down, work his way into games, chances, kind of start with that, being very, very simple and straightforward, and be a threat again and be a shooter in offensive zone. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a goal today, but I'm looking for him to respond and play the way he needs to play, I think, to be the best Morgan Geekie.
Well, you guys get Calgary Flames. You just saw them during the road trip, a game that certainly could have gone either way. What do you take away from that game that goes into tonight?
Yeah, no, they, they kind of remind me a little bit of Seattle last game. They just, structure very well. They take a lot of pride on playing good defense, have a good power play, So, again, we just need to be sharp. That's all. I think we don't need to be any special. We just have to make sure we're going to take care of our end and going to be patient enough and stick with our game. and because otherwise, that's a tricky team.
I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
There's Marco Sturm. Bruins and the Flames are next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. The Media Group station.
Tuesday night in Seattle was a game the Bruins would like to have back. Arvidsson taking for it. Husnadina finally got it free. Yoki Haru knocked away from him at the blue line, and it's a breakaway toward the empty net. And they score. Capo Caco with 11.8 to go makes it 7-4. Now they return to TD Garden for the first time in 2026, looking for payback against the Calgary team that beat them in overtime last week. It's the Bruins and the Flames coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Across to Esposito, a shot. Bang! Cam Neely, wow!
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores! And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're at TD Garden for the Bruins and the Calgary Flames. They just met a week and a half ago in Calgary with the Flames winning it in overtime. What do the Bruins need to do tonight to turn that around?
Mentally, it's got to be there for them. Coming back off this long trip. A lot of times you come back off a long trip and you kind of breathe a little bit, but you're only 500 on the trip, so you're coming back and you're coming off a loss that you weren't happy with the way that you played. So you got to be mentally prepared to play this game. Calgary played last night, so you're kind of on an even playing field here today against the Flames. Probably deserved better in Calgary, but came out on the short end.
Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Face-off is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Electrical contractors, Granite City Electric has a convenient way for you to pick up and access your materials 24/7. Introducing the GCE Night Train Depot. Pick up supplies when it's convenient for you. All materials are stored safely indoors, and order size doesn't matter. It's not a locker. Best of all, it's free with over 27 Night Train Depot locations across New England. Convenience and savings all delivered to you from Granite City Electric Supply. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Here's another key to why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Free lifetime flat repair. It doesn't matter if it's on a Town Fair tire or not. Town Fair Tire will provide a repair on any car tire you own free of charge. Go to townfairtire.com to see more key reasons why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Need a new roof for your home or business? Call East Coast Metal Roofing, lifetime guaranteed roofs, and get 10% off during their New Year savings event. Call 844.
Life after being struck by a vehicle while he was assisting a disabled motorist by the side of the road. Officer Laporta became a full-time member of the force in 2024 and previously served as a dispatcher and a part-time officer. He was a husband, a father, and a friend to those in his community. Our thoughts are with the friends and family of Officer Stephen Laporta during this difficult time. Thank you. Fans, we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthems. Accompanied by Bruins organist Ron Poster, please welcome Todd Angeli.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Todd Angeli with the national anthems. We get set for the opening face-off here between the Bruins and the Flames. Let's take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for Calgary is Dustin Wolf. On defense, the pairing of Jan Kuznetsov and Mackenzie Weegar. Up front is Blake Coleman, Mikhail Backlund, and Matt Coronado. For the Bruins, Jonas Korpisalo gets the starting goal. Nikita Zadorov and Henry Jokiharju on defense. Up front, the line of Casey Middlestad, Pavel Zacha, and Victor Arvidsson.
Tonight's national anthems were brought to you by Mass Mutual, planning and protection on and off the ice. As we get ready for the opening face-off tonight, first 5 minutes are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Christine O'Brien of Dedham, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Christine wins a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Face-off coming at center ice. Bruins will go from left to right here in the first period. Second and final regular season meeting with the Flames and the start of a 5-game homestand here for Boston. as Pavel Zacha stands in against Mikhail Backlund for the opening draw. And we're underway from TD Garden. Flames control it first, and it's ripped in deep here by Kuznetsov. Around to the far side corner, Zadorov will give it to Middlestat. Pushed it up the wall, it's kept in deep. Comes off a stanchion and comes bouncing to the side of the net. Korpisalo covers it up there.
Yeah, it was a little dangerous to start, right? It was a kind of a funny bounce.
Can be an advantage. The net comes around near side. Comes free to Zacha, turning at the blue line, throws one toward the net. Wolf paddles that one into the far corner. Middlestat there along the far circle. Tried to set up Zacha, but that one was broken up. Middlestat near circle, taps it back to McAvoy at the right point. Over to Zadorov for a shot, and that one steered back into the far corner. Middlestat and Arvidsson along the end boards. Backlund going into the far corner here for Calgary. Plays up the middle. Coleman rather had stumbled coming out of the zone, but he will carry now into the Boston end and play it deep, go for a change. McAvoy sent it around the far side. Kadri cuts it off the far side circle. Comes back deep, just out of McAvoy's reach. Flames get set up here. Ball from the left point with a shot that gets knocked down in front. And it's cleared by Elias Lindholm for Pasternak coming up the left wing side. Pasta pulls up just inside the Calgary line. Sends it in front, but picked off there by Huberdeau.
Yeah, good back check by Huberdeau.
And we get a whistle and an offside here as Farabee in 14th in the last 16 games for Calgary.
That shows you where, desperation is probably the wrong word at this point of the season, but they dug themselves a pretty good hole, and they need wins, and he's the guy that's best equipped to do it, even though they get Devin Cooley just got a contract extension the other day.
Wrapped around deep inside the Bruins zone, comes to the side of the net. Korpisalo going to cover that one and get another whistle here. Yeah, Wolf on the season, making his 34th.
I mean, they've made the decision to go with him as their number one. Vladar is now in Philadelphia. He's having a very good season. They were a tandem there, but they gave Wolf the big contract, and Vladar ends up going to Philadelphia. Both excelling right now.
7 years and $7.5 million a year for Wolf. Kicks in next season. As Pasternak will bring it out from his own blue line here. Husnedinov gives it back to him on the left wing side. Pasta going toward the side of the net. Backhander in front. Taken away by Kuznetsov.
Remember those lines that they said they were going to go with?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Minton, Pasternak, and Husnedinov right there. So.
Up the near side, Minton will redirect it deep.
Now, I mean, Minton was out there on the line change. So Minton's out there right now with Geeky at Steve's.
Flames coming forward here with Sharon Govich gaining the attack zone. Kuznetsov off a cross ice pass, throws one through the slot that goes wide into the far corner and kicks back out through center. Minton takes one away just outside the Calgary line and gets it deep. Wolf will play it away from the side of the net. Kuznetsov going into the far corner. 2:45 gone by here in the first period at TD Garden. Flames will start out of their zone, moving from right to left. Zary coming toward the Boston line, turned it over, but given right back, and Hanley will dump in from the red line. McAvoy in the far corner, try to spin it back behind the net toward Peak. Tangled up with Plapka. Jeannot in that far corner for the Bruins. Flames able to come away with a puck. Hanley with a shot from the left point, blocked by Corrali, and that one stung. Jeannot will lift one out of the zone here. It goes out of play into the Boston bench.
Yeah, Corrali's going to try to shake that one off because he goes to the bench. But, and I hope I'm wrong. It has all the makings of kind of an ugly game. Calgary playing last night in Montreal, got in really late. Customs, everything else. The Bruins coming off a long road trip. It has the makings, and even to start, you're going to try to find your legs execution-wise. I'm not sure. You might have to win an ugly one here.
Yeah, talking to the Flames broadcasters, they said they got to the hotel 2:45 this morning. As the puck comes out toward the blue line here, and Kadri trying to keep alive. Pasternak kicks it out.
You can win great games, you can win ugly ones, as long as you win them.
Right.
You got to find a way to win it.
That'll get some energy into the crowd as Aspero had a good hit on Farabee over by the Bruins bench.
Sent him into the Bruins bench almost.
Here's Pasternak in across the Calgary line. Throws it around the and boards to the far side.
Yeah, Farabee, he's shaking up. He's over on the bench right now getting some attention.
Scored their only goal last night in that loss in Montreal. Pastrnak trying to stand up Coronado coming out of the zone. Helped force a turnover. Zacha to Pastrnak. Tried to get it back to Zacha at far circle. That was broken up. Zadorov keeps it alive. Pastrnak top of the left circle with a shot. And Wolf takes that one in the Calgary logo.
Good to have Astro back in the lineup. He provides a little something that I'm not going to say they don't have, but especially with Lindholm out of the lineup, it gives you, that presence on the back end.
Face-off win by Zacha and a quick shot by Zadorov. Tips off the glove of Wolf and out of play.
It was funny hearing Marco Sturm say it the other day. He says, yeah, we don't want him carrying the puck a lot.
Yeah.
Just want
Best when he moves it quickly.
Just when he moves it quickly. He's better probably without the puck than he is with the puck. It wasn't I guess it's a slight big, but it's
gets picked off. Here's Backlund breaking loose into the Boston zone. One hands one to the net. Korpisalo makes that save, and it came back through the crease. On the near side circle.
It started with the hit by Coleman on Yoki Haru in deep.
Now a chance right out in front, and Korpisalo makes the save from in tight. Middlestat will bring the Bruins back out. Zacha will toss it across ice into the near corner. Kuznetsov spun it around far side. Weegar got it to the blue line and helped out by Frost. Bruins have it back and get it back into the zone as they're getting some changes on here. Steves goes in on the forecheck. Puts his shoulder into Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov passed through the neutral ice. Directed ahead by Sharangovich. Lohrei with it tied up behind the net. Peak will send it toward the near side. Geekie gets it to the blue line just out. Frost settles it. And waiting for his teammates to get on side. They'll get it back deep here. 14:38 to go first period. Peak sends it around the far side. Steves tapped it along to Lohrei. Lohrei tried to give it into the middle, and it went through Minton, but comes on to Geekie. He rips it around the glass, and that one's going to skim up out of play.
Predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Looking for the perfect gift? Ace Ticket has you covered. With what you see is what you pay, upfront website pricing, and real Boston people answering the phone to help you, Ace makes it easy. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS or visit aceticket.com.
1-800-MY-SEATS.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code radio250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250 whether you win or lose.
Minimum odds minus 500 awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org.
Listen every Monday and Friday to Read and React on Zolak and Bertrand, presented by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. On call 24 hours a day. John Sewer is ready to react to any clogged drain emergency. They're named to know when the drains don't flow. John Sewer. We get the job done.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry into your local Ford dealer and secure your deal today. 13:34 to go here in the first period. Bruins and Flames are scoreless. Boston with 4 of the 5 shots on goal that have been credited so far. And a face-off coming up in the Calgary zone. Pavel Zacha standing at the ready as Backlund now joins him in the circle. And face-off win by the Bruins. Zadorov sends it across ice. Here's Arvidsson from the far corner. Weegar pivots away from Zacha. Backlund wafting it into the neutral zone. Tapped ahead by Coleman. Middlestat just inside the Boston line. Can't get it out. Centering pass, and Coleman coming right to the doorstep against Yoki Haru. Directed into the near corner. Fired from the near wall by Backlund toward the side of the net. Lifted back out toward the blue line, and Arvidsson will drag it out toward the red. Try to dump it in. It kicks on to Weegar. Backlund coming to the red line. Trying to get around Minton, who relieves him the puck. And Minton headed back up that far left wing side and across the line. Oh, he had Peak coming on the right side. Couldn't get it all the way across to him.
That was a good stick by
Steve's a turnaround shot, and Wolf Smothered.
Gets that stick out and gets a piece of it, preventing that puck from getting all the way over.
Andrew Peak had the Bruins' only goal when these teams met in Calgary.
It's the only Bruins goal.
The only Bruins goal. Yeah. He'll be brought through the neutral ice here by Sharon Govich and across the Boston line. Then he lost it and foot race back into the Calgary zone, and it's just going to make it far enough for an icing. So they'll bring it back down to Boston territory for the faceoff.
So remember when I said it might be, you might have to win an ugly one?
Plenty of stops and starts already.
Well, we've got 12 faceoffs. We're not even 8 minutes into the game.
Face off here in the near circle to our left. Off the draw.
If that's what it takes, you got to do it, right? I mean,
find a way.
You got to.
Right?
I mean, we talk to people everywhere we go. You know, you talk to whether it's scouts or people on other teams, and like, you know, some of these games can get a little ugly right now, and that's the schedule. You just got to deal with it. It'll be uglier than the other team, right? Got to win a game ugly and win it ugly.
Here's Kadri playing over to Anderson, throws one toward the net that ricochets up and over. Steves will chop it off the boards, and a bouncing puck will go for an icing. 6. Yeah.
6 players going to the Olympics. I mean, what's it going to look like when they come back?
Right. Everybody else will have 3 weeks off, and
all the Russians should be well rested, ready to go. I'm making a joke of it, but it's true.
Yeah. Here's Aspero.
I mean, look at Tampa Bay. You know, you got Kucherov and Vasilevsky. They should be primed for that.
Absolutely.
Ovechkin should be primed for that stretch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's always ready to go after a break, right? Yeah. Here's Pasternak just inside the Calgary line, handing off to McAvoy. Gets it over to the top of the far circle, and that shot by Pasternak gets blocked. Far side wall. It'll be chopped out of the zone by Kirkland. McAvoy quick up here to Elias Lindholm at the Calgary line. And Kirkland knocked that back toward the Boston end. McAvoy spins it around the far side wall. Husnudinov over by the Boston bench. Brings to the red line. Rink wide pass to Pasternak, right wing side. Couldn't stick handle through ball. Lomberg got it back into the neutral ice. Kirkland comes across the Boston line. Plays it into the left wing corner. Thrown back in front by Lomberg over to the far side. Anderson a one-time drive as he got decked by Jeannot.
That hit McAvoy. He's trying to shake that off right now.
McAvoy with the puck at the near circle. Going to play it up the right side. Jeannot going to carry into the Calgary zone. McAvoy stumbling back toward the bench as Corrali shoots and scores. Sean Corrali from between the circles beats Wolf, and the Bruins grab a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, poorly played here by Calgary, but good execution by the Bruins. McAvoy's trying to get off the ice after taking that shot. He moves the puck all the way up to the far blue line where Jeannot's going to come straight ahead hockey in this type of game today. That was nice. It's a breakdown by Calgary because they're back. They've got 4 guys back, but Corrali gets this pass off the wall from Jeannot, and he's going to cut to the middle from right to left. And you got Kaslik going to the net, and good shot is just going to beat Wolf.
McAvoy did go up the tunnel, by the way, to get checked out. We'll keep our eye on that. And he'll get an assist on that goal, along with Jeannot. Puck is cleared out of the Boston zone here. Comes down along the near wall of Jokiharju. Plays it into the Calgary end, but Flames will get it right back out. Backlund cutting to the far side. Brings it around behind Korpisalo. Into the near corner. Jokiharju played it on the near wall to Zacha. Now brought through neutral ice by Middlestat. Hands over to Arvidsson, who tried to pass it across, and that got picked off. Zadorov keeps alive out at the blue line. Middlestat gets sealed against the boards in the near corner. Zacha trying to move it, sends it toward the slot, taken away there by Coronado. He'll bring the Flames back towards center ice, chip it in and go for a change. 9:18 to go here in the first period. The Bruins on top 1-0. Left side, here's Steves. Bouncing puck goes down along the end wall. Geekie gets in there as well for the Bruins. Wraps it around far side. Bounced out of the corner, and the Flames get possession. Huberdeau bringing to the red line. Left side for Kadri, stepping down the circle, throws it in front, and it ricochets just wide. As was that Farabee went crashing to the far side of the net. He's got the puck in behind now. A centering pass broken up by Peak. Came to Anderson, who fired it back through the slot untouched. Ball near circle, lost it to Laura. And Mason going to carry toward the red line. Right wing pass for Steves. And gets it deep. Orai chases into the corner. Around the far side, and Geeky stumbles along the hash mark's far side. Puck poked away from him, and Anderson will take it. 8:22 to go here in the first period. Directed into the Boston zone. That's going to go up over the glass and out of play. McAvoy back out there, by the way, after a short breather. So 8:14 to go here in the first period. And the Bruins with a 1-0 lead. And we take a timeout here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out, especially about getting paid.
Hey!
Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms, even the cyber kind.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
If you're looking for Saturday afternoon plans, come down to TD Garden for a matinee matchup at 1 p.m. as the Bruins take on the New York Rangers. Tickets going fast. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to lock in your spot and be part of the crowd as the Bees hit the ice for an Original Six showdown. 8:14 to go here in the first period. Boston up 1-0 on the Flames. Sean Corrali's 4th of the year from Tanner Jeannot and Charlie McAvoy at 9:48 is the difference so far. Face off just outside the Boston blue line here. Bruins going from left to right here in the first period. Flames will win the draw, and Kuznetsov rips it around the boards to the far corner. Jumped up off Aspero's stick, tried to glove it down, ran out of time. Weegar with a drive. That is tipped wide by Korpisalo. Pasternak will move it back through neutral ice. Here's Hustadinov down the right wing circle, tried to drop it. Pasternak over to the far circle, and they score! Elias Lindholm one time at home. It's 2-0 Bruins.
Oh, nothing ugly about that goal.
No.
That's a nice passing play right there. God, Hustadinov might take that puck straight to the net, but instead he drops it back off for Pasternak. Sometimes that can be kind of the wrong move because you're always looking for him, right? Pasternak coming, Hustadinov's going to spin and get this puck to Pasternak just barely. The back check is there, but not quite close enough. And Pasternak knows what he wants to do at the puck before he gets it. And he gets it in the right wing circle, and he zips it over to the left wing circle. And Elias Lindholm ready to fire. And no chance for Wolf on that one. Nice shot by Elias Lindholm. Nice pass by that line.
Yeah, Kadri had his sit on Pasternak. Thought that was going to force a turnover instead. Nice play. And the Bruins with a 2-goal lead here with 7.5 to go in the period. Here's a shot up high on Wolf. Kick back out in front. Corrali nearly had a chance at a second one tonight. Jankovic over by his bench. Sends across ice. Knocked back into the Calgary zone by Kastelik. Ball will retrieve there. Bruins go for a change with 7:15 to play here in the period. Directed into Boston territory. Peak will throw it back the other way. Middlestat near the Boston, or near the attacking blue line. Now come back toward the Boston zone. Kirkland able to keep it away from Peak. Lorai in the near corner.
That's a good battle by Peak, right? He's got to reach for it. He's got a second effort, but just disrupt it. And slow that play down. Wait for help.
Peak will pass up the right side here for Zaka. Dumps in. Wolf stops it to the back of the net. Klapka turned over at the blue line. Zaka to Middlestat. To Arvidsson for a one-timer. Got partially blocked. Comes to the crease and swatted away there by Wolf.
Bruins are smelling it a little bit right now.
Klapka carries back into the Boston zone. Circles behind the net. Tried a centering pass taken by McAvoy. Arvidsson will lift one ahead from his own blue line. That bounces toward the near corner, and Leaguer will retrieve.
A little backspin. Make sure it didn't go for icing. That was nice. That's an icing.
Should be, and it is. Shy of the red line.
Yep.
The Bruins forced to dump it.
Details for Calgary not very good right now, and the Bruins trying to take advantage of it. They've had a couple breakdowns defensively. They're hustling to get back into position, but they're not quite there. They're not quite doing it the right way, and the Bruins have taken advantage. There's been a couple turnovers as well. Now an icing unforced. They could have gotten to the red line there.
6:11 to go here in the first period. The Bruins face off in the offensive zone for Minton. Macklin wins that draw. Brought behind the net. Cleared up ice by Kuznetsov. They lose it coming through neutral, though. Backlund gets it to Uyghur. Now Coleman will turn up ice. To the Boston line. Plays into the right wing corner. Coronado against Jokiharju. Coleman along the end boards. Deflected away here by Zadorov. Grabbed along the near circle by Steves. Pushed it up the right side. Geeky able to get it to Minton across the line.
Another turnover.
Jokiharju, center of the blue line. A shot. Save made by Wolf. And the rebound in tight on Minton. Jokiharju will dump one back in.
Coleman just broke his stick on him.
Lob back through center ice. Here is Pasternak. Playing over to the far side. And across the line. Lorai turned looking for help. Geeky had gone to the bench for a change. He played it into the corner. Flames will bring it out. Kadri to Huberdeau. Tried to leave it at the blue line, but that one lost. Pasternak hands off to Hustadinov. Just inside the Calgary line. Lindholm gives it back to him. Hustadinov carries it right to the slot. And a shot blocker saved by Wolf. Pasternak whips it back across ice to Peak at the right point. Down deep it comes. Pasternak takes it to the far corner, to the far circle. Now back behind the net for Elias Lindholm. Lindholm centering pass. Pasta coming down the right circle and couldn't get that shot to the net.
Calgary porous defensively right now, and Bruins trying to take advantage.
He gloved one down at the blue line to keep it in. Now it's knocked away in the near corner, and the Flames looking to clear. Anderson will just poke check it out across the blue line. Rowley tried to drop it back. It comes all the way back toward Korpisalo. 4:20 to go here in the first period. McAvoy's pass up the right side. All the way around behind the net to the far corner. They get it back to Aspro at the left point. He shot one off the back wall. McAvoy to Jeannot. Looking deep. Taken away behind the net. Kirkland's got it near circle. Hanley will give over to that far side. Stevich going to carry it up through center. All the way in across the Boston line. Down past the hash mark. Shot it around the near side wall. Hanley crunched by Kastelik. Puck goes back around that far side. Thrown back to the net. Sticked away. And Hanley's got it on the near point. Fakes the slap shot. Tries to step around Kastelik. Throws one wide of the short side. Stevich kept alive at the far side point. Now lost it out of the zone. Played it back in. Delayed offside. Both teams getting some changes on here with 3:25 to go in the period. Jokiharju to Middlestat. Banks one ahead here for Zaka from the left circle.
Tried to get it in front for Iverson.
Kuznetsov able to get a stick in there instead. Now the Flames through neutral ice comes Zarek. In across the line. Middlestat knocks it away from Sharon Govich. Zary now out near the blue line. Fires, and the save made by Korpisalo. No rebound. Brings us to another timeout with 2:58 to go here in the first period. It's the Bruins 2 and the Flames nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support first responders. This season, our 73 Reasons campaign is giving back over $250,000 to protect those who protect us. Join thousands making a difference today at servicecu.org.
The Shaws and Star Market Foundation has teamed up with Andrew Peak for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time he or one of his teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors initiative donate to end hunger in our communities. Since it began, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million nationwide, ensuring neighbors have the nutrition they need to thrive. Here with each assist, the foundation will donate $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to the Bruins Radio Network every home game to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
2:58 to go here in the first period. Bruins have a 2-0 lead. Elias Lindholm's goal set up by David Pastrnak and Rod Husnadinov. Tonight's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. The electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to gcenighttrain.com to order. Face-off coming up in the defensive zone. An assist by Pastrnak extends his point streak to 4 straight games. Got 4 goals and 4 assists in the last 4. As McAvoy wraps it up the far side, here's Pastrnak carry through neutral ice. Across the Calgary line. Stutter step, and Kadri takes a tumble trying to keep up with him. And Husnadinov from the left circle with a shot knocked down by Wolf, and then he scrambles to gather in the rebound.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's a nice move, but Calgary is here for the taking today. I mean, it's. You know, now it's a matter of the Bruins doing their jobs and taking advantage of it. At least so far, right? It's still, you still have 40, almost 43 minutes to get it going if you're the Calgary Flames, but they've lost 3 in a row. They're on a road trip right now. They played last night. You know, this is an opportunity here for the Bruins to reestablish themselves here on home ice. So far, so good for them. That was a nice move by Pastrnak. Calgary was on him, but leads to a good scoring chance there for Husnadinov.
Puck loose near the red line, far side. Backlund got it into the Boston zone. Coleman trying to center. Elias Lindholm was there to take away. Pastrnak.
Pastrnak went for a big hit there.
There's Lindholm toward Pastrnak over by the Calgary bench. Flames will regain here. Ball, pass up the middle for Coronado. McAvoy lost his stick trying to knock that one away, and then the stick keeps getting away from him.
It wasn't that long ago that Pastrnak was kind of fighting the puck a little bit, right? And, and all of a sudden, you know that, I mean, the track record is deep enough where you know he's going to fight himself out of it at some point, and that's what you're hoping here for Morgan Geekie. You know, you go through some cold spells, but at some point you're going to break free. Waiting to see, you know, where his game is at. He's fought it a little bit again here today.
Lomberg coming down the right circle, tried to center, blocked by Zadorov. Kirkland from the near corner will play it back around that far side. Steves gets it back to Jokiharju. Behind the net to Zadorov in the near corner. And Geekie talked about it a little bit this morning. Slapka takes away. And
when you score and you sign a contract, you're expected to score. Yep. And when you don't score, you're going to be asked about it.
Yeah, he said, you know, earlier in his career, he might have felt a little differently as a deflected shot gets through to Korpisalo. But, you know, what he's done over the past year plus here in Boston kind of gives him that confidence that it's just a matter of time before they start going in again.
When you see your name in articles next to Nathan McKinnon's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you know the expectations are pretty high. And when I mentioned McKinnon, because he has similar amount of goals that Geekie does in a calendar year,
right?
And you start to see that, and you're like, whoa, wow. Being compared to Nathan McKinnon, yeah, I've got more goals than McKinnon in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, just this season, even with going through a 7-game scoring drought here, he's still in the top, tied for 4th in goal scoring in the league. Bruins are going to get whistled for an icing here.
After a clean face-off win.
Coming into the night, McKinnon's 35 is kind of blowing everybody off the board now. McDavid has moved up to 28, second in the league. Then you got Matt Boldy in Minnesota, and with 26, and Jason Robertson from Dallas, and Geekie with 25. Pretty good company there.
Which one of those guys is not on the Olympic team?
Jason Robertson.
And Geekie.
Yes. Well, Geekie for Canada and Robertson for the U.S. As the puck is directed ahead here by Corrali. Foot race for it. And, oh, man, Kastelik looked like he was passing Anderson, but they blow it and icing.
He's going to get there first.
Yeah.
Because the puck wasn't being wrapped around, but usually they'll give the benefit of the doubt if it's a wraparound. But, I mean, Kastelik's going to get to this puck first. I think that's where they can use a little discretion and say no icing there.
Right.
But letter of the law, if it's a tie or Anderson's in front, then it's an icing.
Face-off win in the D zone here by Kastelik. He gets a couple of cross checks from Backlund, and Kastelik, as they skate away from each other, turns to the referee. Look out! Backlund just about went into the Bruins bench and then gets another shot from Kastelik.
Yeah,
and now they're going to call that a penalty?
They're going to call him for interference, which is...
Meanwhile, we got Coleman and Lohrei wrestling in the Bruins zone. That brings everybody back from the Boston bench as they wrestle each other down.
It's definitely an interference. The question is, should Backlund have been called before that?
Right. Kastelik being sent to the penalty box here.
Yeah, puck's nowhere near Backlund. I mean, it goes by him and down the ice, but Kastelik was going to finish him no matter what. And my question is, should Backlund have been called before that?
Yeah, they matched up against each other on the face-off, and after Kastelik won it, Coronado Backlund gives him 2 cross-checks.
3 times. So Kastelik's watching him the whole time. And I don't know what they're calling, but see, they're
going to even it up.
They're going to call Coleman.
Yeah.
Call Backlund initially for the cross check, and you don't have any of this.
Right.
So they'll call Coleman for a slash. They don't call Lohrei for a rough, so they're just evening it up.
Backlund almost wound up in the lap of Marat Husnudinov. Kastelik just about launched him over the boards. So 23.3 seconds to go in the period. As the officials sort it all out. Explanations here for McAvoy and Kadri, who are talking to the referee. And 4-on-4 to close out this first period. Off the face-off win by Zacha. Here's McAvoy from his own blue line. Up the right side for Arvidsson, missed. Ball fires ahead on the right side. Kadri trying to get through Zadorov, couldn't. Volleyed back through neutral ice. 6 seconds to go in the period. Evan Ball circles back in his own zone, and that'll do it for period number 1. So the Bruins get the jump here on the Flames on goals by Sean.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Mass Mutual presents an uncomfortable pregame conversation between goalie UC Saros and center Ryan O'Reilly.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Like, no goals for retirement?
No goals.
What about a new home?
No goals.
Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals.
Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to massmutual.com today.
This year's Farmer's Almanac warns of a harsh, super snowy winter. So take control of the wet, snowy, and icy conditions with a new set of Bridgestone winter tires from Town Fair Tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you the most free services for life with your purchase of Bridgestone winter tires. For the guaranteed lowest price on Bridgestone winter tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
First intermission here at TD Garden. The Bruins have a 2-0 lead over the Calgary Flames. And we're going to take a little trip back over the course of the last 5 games. For those of you who couldn't stay up late with us over the last couple of weeks, we're going to look back at the recent road trip. Jeremy Swayman's stellar performance against Connor McDavid and the Oilers, to Fraser Minton's homecoming in Vancouver. There was plenty to be positive about. Bruins will be going from right to left on offense here in the first period, as Pavel Zacha and Tage Thompson stand in for the opening draw. And we get it underway. Gives it to Thompson, coming to the top of the far circle. A shot that deflects in front and scores. Peyton Krebs was there and got a stick on it. And just like that, Buffalo's up 2-1. Corrali had it taken away by McLeod. Here's Byram, far circle. Pivots back toward the corner. Steps in, out in front. And the puck is gathered back in behind the net here by Quinn. Now Samuelson, top of the left circle, a shot, and he scores. 3 unanswered inside the first 8 minutes of the period. Buffalo's got a 3-1 lead.
You know, today was just from the start to probably finish was just not a good day. We won it, but you know what? It's over. I think we all have to analyze this one today, and we have to move forward.
Back to the blue line. Here's Laura. Over to the far circle. Peak moving right to the side of the net, trying to tuck it in, and scores! Andrew Peak just walked it right to the side of the net and scores to give the Bruins a 1-0 lead. Storov forced him in behind the net. Puck comes around to the far side. Hanley at the left point will play it back into the corner. Zadorov and Coronado are still jousting in there, and the puck out in front as Coleman scores. Swayman got a piece of it, but not enough. And Calgary ties it at 1. Aspero will play it back toward the corner. Hampus Lindholm knocked it down. We have penalty coming up to the Bruins. As Coleman went down just before the siren sounded, the arm went up from the referee. From center ice, left side, Sharangovich pulls up along the far wall. Weegar, center of the blue line. Back to Sharangovich, top of the left circle. A shot, save, made, rebound, score! Connor Zary on the rebound gets the overtime game winner. The power play
It's a point. A point is a point. We take that anytime on the road. Do we want to? Yes. But again, I feel good about that point.
As the face-off is controlled by the Oilers, Regula inside his own zone. Fired it toward the far side, directed into the Bruins zone by Jones. High slot, McAvoy looking for a tip in front. Pasternak scores! From below the goal line, he banks it in. And a power play goal gives the Bruins a 1-0 lead. Well, here's an opportunity for McDavid, as I say, that walks in, and a save made on the backhand. Swayman comes up and robs McDavid. Hands off for Middlestat, coming to the left circle, scores! Casey Middlestat found some space in the offensive zone and beats Ingram from the left circle to make it 2-0. McDavid, give and go, gets him in across the line, going right to the front of the net. Swayman stops him again and covers it up. Here's Pasternak from the far circle, a one-timer blasted home. It's 6-2. Happy New Year, Pasta.
It's easy to get motivated for games like that. You know, you see what Connor was doing all night. You know, I think it's impressive to see for us as a players, not only for the fans. So it's easy to get motivated for games like this.
Steve centers for Minton, scores! Welcome home, Fraser Minton. Power play goal. Bruins grab a 1-0 lead. Pastowick got it off the far wall, but not out. Bouillon, right circle, finds Roenick, throws it in front, and they score. Redirected off of Carlson, and the power play goal ties the game at 2. Middlestat couldn't bat it out of the zone. Here's Camp, left wing circle. Lorai sliding across, made the block there. Second effort, Swayman made the save. Third one gets blocked. Roenick with a shot that goes up over the net. Bodies all over the place in front. Minton, near side boards. Turns away from Sherwood. Gets it across to Pasternak. High slot shot. Glove save, rebound, score! It's Fraser Minton! The hometown hero wins it 3-2 for the Bruins.
Can't describe a better script. We talked about he's a young kid growing up here just around the corner, and what a game he had today. You know, not just 2 goals.
Fifth and final game of this road trip. Bruins in the road, white sweaters, white helmets, and black pants. Kraken in black from head to toe, and some red trim there as well as the puck is directed toward the Boston zone down to our right. Aram comes to Pasternak, just in across the line, hands off to McAvoy, cutting to the right circle, back across, and they score! It ended up being a wide open net from that far side circle for Pasta. His second of the night ties it at 2. Centering pass and they score. It was Ben Myers from the inside of the left circle. 3-2 Seattle. Done from the left point. Sends it back across and a one-timer scores. Jared McCann. And it's a breakaway toward the empty net. And they score. Capo Caco with 11.8 to go. Makes it 7-4.
We put ourselves behind the 8 ball. We absolutely did this to ourselves tonight. You know, we should have been more prepared. We should have had better legs, but you know, mentally we gave them everything they had tonight.
A look back at some late nights out on the West Coast as part of that 2-2-1 road trip for the Bruins. Back home tonight here at TD Garden, and they have 2-0 lead over the Calgary Flames through 1. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
See icon David Ortiz at the Brook Casino Saturday, January 22nd at 7 p.m. in the season showroom. Hear Big Papi's stories from his time in Boston, plus a Q&A with the crowd. Additional seating in the DraftKings Sportsbook. Free event, 18+. The Brook, exit 105-95 in New Hampshire. Live free and play.com.
L&F is a veteran-owned company offering premier services such as heat pumps, panel upgrades, and more. Visit lfelectricalservice.com.
This is 2026. No more messing around. It's the first day of the rest of your life. Today, you are switching to Astound. Shifting your Wi-Fi and life into a new gear. Reliable, affordable connection. So you can browse, watch, and play like you've always wanted. Because slow Wi-Fi is so last year. Under budget, full speed ahead. That's Astound. Gig Wi-Fi for $50 a month with a 3-year price lock. Restrictions apply. See astound.com for details.
At South Shore Bank, our local experts go above and beyond to build your business. Just ask Kristen Boschetto, VP of Sales at Boston Baking.
Boston Baking is a 4th-generation, family-owned commercial bakery where our people drive our success. From a small shop to today's 40,000-square-foot facility, we've grown through commitment to our partners, the same reason we work with South Shore Bank. They equip us with the tools and resources we need. And because decision makers are local, they understand our business and our community.
South Shore Bank, member FDIC, DIF equal housing lender.
Is your stone foundation in need of repair or waterproofing? Call Done Right Services. We use proven old school methods to repoint and waterproof stone foundations for lasting results. With over 30 years of experience, you'll have peace of mind knowing it was done right the first time. Visit stonefoundationrepair.com and schedule today. Servicing Mass and New Hampshire.
Feeling drafts in your house? Struggling to keep your home or apartment warm this winter? Your home's insulation might not be up to the task, especially if it's as old as your house. That's where Revise comes in. As an official Mass Save partner, Revise offers no-cost home energy assessments. That's right, no cost to you. They'll check your insulation levels, and if your home or apartment needs more, Revise can install it with up to 75 to 100% of the costs covered by Mass Save. Revise is ready to help you stay warm. Call 800-885-SAVE or visit callrevise.com today.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. Station. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Scores around the NHL after one period. Montreal has a 2-0 lead over Florida. It's the Red Wings 1, Vancouver 0. Buffalo's up 1-0 on the Rangers. No score between the Flyers and Leafs. And the Penguins up 1-0 over the Devils, along with the Ducks 1-0 over the Hurricanes. Later on tonight, Islanders, Predators, Oilers travel to Winnipeg. Colorado hosts Ottawa. Blue Jackets travel to Vegas, while the Wild and Kraken, well, the puck drops for them at 10 p.m. Patriots and Chargers, the injury report: Garrett Bradbury and Vidarian Lowe dealing with an illness. Paris Tonga did not practice. Keishon Boutte was limited with a hamstring injury. Omarion Hampton did not practice today for L.A. Mike McDaniel out in Miami today. The college football playoff underway right now between Miami and Ole Miss. No score in the first quarter. Elevate your game night experience with a Bruins suite at TD Garden. From all-inclusive food and beverage options to unbeatable views of the ice, it's the ultimate way to watch the Bees this season. Visit bostonbruins.com/suites to learn more. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline. It's an oil change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 15% off your next drive-through oil change. And Valvoline, it's an oil change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. The second period is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Do you want to skate where the pros skate? Warrior Ice Arena is the official practice facility of your Boston Bruins. Our state-of-the-art facility offers a variety of skating and hockey programs for all ages and skill levels, plus public skating, hockey, and freestyle. It's the perfect place to host your next corporate event or birthday party. And yes, Bruins practices are free and open to the public. Visit us today or check out warrioricearena.com to learn more. Warrior Ice Arena. Skate where the pros skate.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Hey, it's Zoe, and 2026 is here, and it's time to get your school or business future ready with my friends at Oakers Technologies. Start the new year with new technology for your students and staff to perform at their best. Talking about products like TouchView Interactive that schools all across New England are upgrading their classrooms with. Plus, Oakers has you covered with full IT, infrastructure rebuilds, security, to your everyday AV upgrades. That's what it means to be future ready with Oakers Technologies. Proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Bruins with a 2-0 lead on the Calgary Flames after one, joined downstairs by Elias Lindholm, who scored one of those goals. Elias, tell me about that play from Marat to Pasta to you.
Yeah, no, it was some nice passes there between those two, and obviously Pasta made it pretty easy for me, so just try to hit the net, and good to see going.
You got plenty of experience playing alongside Pasta. Do you just have to be ready to shoot when the puck's on his stick?
Yeah. I mean, obviously he's an unbelievable player and plays with the puck a lot. And obviously when, like you said, you got to be ready at all times. I think, he has some underrated vision for sure.
Coming back from the long road trip, coming here tonight against the Calgary team that played last night, how much of an emphasis did you guys have on that first period?
Yeah, obviously, last game we kind of gave away 2 points, so obviously this game is huge for us. Try to take advantage, obviously, played, like I said, last night in Montreal, so obviously want to take advantage of this game.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second. All right, thanks to Elias Lindholm for joining us. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. 2-0 lead heading into the second period. Going to see a minute 37 of 4-on-4 time to start the period off here.
Talking to some of the Calgary people, they expect a little payback to Kaslik. He took a run at Backlund, their captain.
Okay.
I said, well, it's Backlund gave him a couple pretty good cross checks as well, and he said, yeah, but there's a couple guys that their job is to protect their captain. So I'm curious to see where that goes, if they're correct or not.
I don't think the Bruins will be shying away from that.
I don't think so at all, yeah.
We got a face-off at center ice and on a misfire on that.
I didn't think it was that bad, but you say he's the captain. So,
am I? The first game between these two teams, I believe you used the term polite.
Yeah, I thought it was very polite.
There's
mutual respect.
Sure. Here's Coronado carrying into the Boston zone. Gets off a shot from the top of the left circle. Korpisalo makes an early save.
I didn't think Kaslik's stick was that bad either. So people see the game differently sometimes.
There's Pasternak bringing ahead for the Bruins. Right circle, sends into the middle for Lindholm. Now to Zadorov. His shot was blocked. Coronado getting in front of it. Deflected back towards Zadorov. Stops him on the blue line. Gives to McAvoy on his left. McAvoy top of the near circle. Brings it back up top. Skates it toward the far side. Back to Zadorov now on the near side point. He'll play it down the circle. Elias Lindholm crossing pass. Exploded on Pasternak. He'll get it back. Lindholm now out of the blue line. Pasternak coming out of that far corner. Carries back to the blue line himself. To Lindholm. Cycles back up top. To McAvoy coming through the slot. Knocked away. Ball will play it out.
Too bad. I mean, you had really good possession in that offensive zone. I know you don't get anything to the net, but it's all about possession.
Backlund couldn't get a shot through McAvoy. Zadorov gives it to McAvoy coming out from behind the net.
You see 3-on-3 possession is just so important in those 3-on-3 situations. 4-on-4 is very similar. You want to dump the puck in. You want to maintain possession of it.
Geeky's got Asbro coming down the left wing circle. Centering pass. They work it back to Geeky. High slot to the far circle. Turns back away from Huberdeau as each team about to get their man back. Puck comes deep. Weegar able to get the stick to it. Tangled up along the end boards against Minton. Puck pulled out behind the net. Minton's got it near circle. Try to backhand through the slot. That block. Turns away from Kadri. Gets it down low. Geekie in front for Steve. Broke it up, and Huberdeau will play to Kadri coming out of the zone, and then he has to turn back. So still a 2-0 Bruins lead. 2 minutes gone here in this second period. Flames turn it over in the neutral ice. Geekie, left wing side, trying to center it, deflected in on Wolf, who had to turn back and get it. And then a centering pass knocked away from Steves in front.
I mean, the game is there for the taking. Now you got to capitalize on some of these mistakes by the Flames.
Ball finds Zary out at center ice. He's going to dump into the Bruins zone down to our right. Korpisalo to Geekie in the far corner.
Some contact there. Zary went down and made some contact with Korpisalo.
Zaka played it out into the neutral zone. Anderson gives along the near side to Sharon Govich. Back into the Boston zone before he's knocked down by Lohrei along the near wall. Pete at the back of the net dealing with Frost. Frost sends it back toward the near side corner. Stevich trying to get it in front. Glove down there by Zaka. He will send it up the left wing side to Arvidsson. Carries in across the line. Top of the circle. Takes the shot. Save made by Wolf. Rebound gathered in near side by Zaka. Zadorov coming down the left wing circle to the front of the net. Backhander was blocked. Middlestat will play it back around to that far side, but it'll be Hanley to get to it first. He'll bring the Flames up to the red line and dump in and go for a change. Kirkland goes down in pursuit of the puck against Yogi Haru. Middlestat finds Zaka cutting out towards center. Left wing pass to Arvidsson. They gain the line. Arvidsson to Middlestat coming down the left circle. Goes around behind the net. Tried to center. Loose puck in front. Flames grab it. Lomberg will lift it out to center ice. And that one's going to go for an icing. Flames were going for a change. Won't get it here.
I mean, defensive coverage for Calgary is almost non-existent right now. They're hustling, they're skating, they're working, but they're not. It's just not working smart. Bruins have had ample opportunities here in that offensive zone to extend this lead. That last one was geeky. He looked like a little bit in between, whether it's shooting or passing.
Played the soundbite from Flames head coach Ryan Huska after last night's game. He said, he liked a lot of the things they did, but they made a lot of mistakes that ended up costing them as well. It's McAvoy sends a Pasternak for a blast of a one-timer that skimmed up over the net. Aspero.
Nice move.
This spin move to find himself some open space. Back to McAvoy. Throws one in front. Redirected on by Elias Lindholm. Wolf able to change direction and get a piece of it. In the neutral ice, McAvoy quickly to Pasternak. Back to Lindholm. Here's Aspero to Pasternak, right circle, and his shot gets blocked and goes out of play.
It's chance after chance after chance. Now they got to start finishing a couple of them, right? You got a 2-goal lead. You've had a number of opportunities just to start this period. You're only just over 4 minutes in to extend the lead. Calgary's kind of that sense of urgency coming back and been able to get a stick on a couple of them. Pasternak misfired. When I say misfired, missed the net on a good one-timer. You're one bounce away from it being a different hockey game, being a 2-1. But now you got to capitalize on some of these opportunities.
Peak from the right point with a shot that rims wide. Along the near side, it'll come to Lohrei. Around behind the net, Castellet. Back to Lohrei near circle. Quick shot in and out of Wolf's glove. Loose rebound in front. Castellet a chance from in tight. Wolf made that save and dives on top of the rebound.
Wolf's going to have to keep him in it, right now, because the Bruins are sensing it. I wanted to see if Calgary came out with a little different, mindset, way that they play here in the second period. It hasn't happened yet for them. You're out shooting them 18-8. Now you got to bury a couple of them. That was a chance from Lohrei, a big rebound from Wolf. And Jeannot wasn't able to get a stick on it, but Castellet eventually does.
Mentioned it earlier, but Wolf played last night in Montreal. Stopped 32 out of 36, making his 8th straight start here for the Flames. As Zadorov gives it to McAvoy, coming to the left circle, centering pass for Jeannot, and Farabee just getting a stick on that.
Played by Farabee. read that play well.
Flames clear the zone. Farabee up the right wing side here. Shot gets blocked by McAvoy, and he goes down in that near circle. Second time he's been shaken up tonight. As you know, chases one behind the Flames net. McAvoy gets back to the Boston bench. Aspero jumps on in his place. Jeannot in that far corner. Puck up the walls, taken away. And the Flames get back to center ice. Farabee will dump in from there. Ricochets out of the corner back in front of the net. Zadorov clears it up the left side to Steves of the attacking blue line. Into the near corner against Anderson. Bites off that check. Sends it around to the far corner. And Minton back down low to Steves. Off the near boards. Back to Aspero. Fires. Tipped by Geekie and wide. Far corner Geekie. Wraps it back toward the near side. Aspero will play it back deep. Steves and Anderson collide in the near corner. Farabee will play it out of the Flame zone. Angles into the Boston end, and Jokiharju will retrieve. Calgary getting a change here. As Steves directs it back into the Flame zone with 14:10 to go here in the second period. Geekie and Hanley along the end wall.
Hanley had a hold of his stick. Geekie making sure he wasn't getting called for a hook there.
Ross will bring back to the Boston line. Drop pass for Zary. His shot goes up and over the net. Minton takes out from behind the net to the far circle. Skates out to the blue line. Skates to the red line. Right wing pass to Geekie. And into the Calgary zone. Here's Steves with a drive that goes wide. Ricochets around a peak at the right point. His shot goes wide on the near side. Lorai will send it back around behind. Hanley trying to keep it moving to that far side. Zary gives it back to him.
Some target lessons here the last few shots. Way wide.
Brought back into the Boston zone here. Zary on the near wall. Gets it back to Weegar for a redirected shot that goes wide. Peak. Lorai, near circle. As Elaine Bazaka. His pass broken up by Backlund. Loose puck inside the Calgary zone. Tapped out of there by Kuznetsov, but turned over at center ice. Zaka right back in. Here's Middlestat coming toward the near circle. Chase toward the corner. Plays it down low for Zaka. Referee needs to get out of the way. Puck come around the near side, and Coronado will get it to the blue line for Backlund. Jump in by Kuznetsov. Coronado steps in front of Middlestat. Loose puck. Coronado able to settle it, get a shot, and a good one in on Korpisalo. Zaka takes a tumble, and the Bruins are going to get a power play. They're going to get Backlund for the trip here with 12:43 to go in the second period. It's the Bruins 2 and the Flames nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com.
And a team of over 70 technicians on the road daily will solve your clogged drain problem fast. John Sewer Drain Cleaning, on call since 1976. Visit johnsewer.com.
We get the job done.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. If it could talk, it'd tell stories. And if you've had one, you've probably got a story worth telling. Here's to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
The season is heating up, and Gate City Casino wants to send you to the ultimate showdown in Santa Clara, California this February. Will you be big game bound? Play your favorite slots and table games right now to earn entries. Then be here on Saturday, January 10th for the grand prize drawing. Must be present to win. Final drawing at 10 p.m. One lucky winner is scoring a trip to the big game, including hotel stay, tailgate access, and transportation to the game. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in the action at Gate City Casino in Nashua.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
12:43 to go, second period. Bruins with a 2-0 lead and headed to the power play for the first time tonight. There had only been 2 penalties called in the first 27 minutes of this one. And those took it to a 4-on-4 late in that first period. Bruins power play back up to 4th in the league. As you get a whistle when they drop the puck, so they're going to have to do it again.
Hey, they got one last game at kind of garbage time.
Yeah.
Could have used one a little earlier, but I know Arvidsson got one, but the game was pretty much over at that point.
4 for 9 in the last 3 games of the road trip. As puck comes into the near corner, Elias Lindholm will get it back to McAvoy. Top of the left circle, Geekie to the high slot for Zacha. Back to McAvoy, center of the blue line. Over to Zacha again on that far side. Now again McAvoy coming toward the near side wall to Geekie. McAvoy gives over to Pastrnak, top of the right circle. Pass gets redirected. Zacha tracks it out of the far corner. Elias Lindholm trying to get it to McAvoy. Got redirected again. Pastrnak, and we get a penalty against the Bruins. I'm going to say McAvoy interfered with Farabee, it looked like.
Both referees had this called. It was out high. McAvoy frustrated. I'm not sure if it's with himself or with Farabee or the call, but he leaves this puck for Pastrnak and puts a little hip into Farabee. Farabee made sure it got seen, but he put the little hip into him, and
they used just 26 seconds worth of power play time, and we go back to 4-on-4. Face off inside the Boston zone, gets won by Kadri. Weegar into the near corner. Kadri will pivot out of there, coming toward the top of the circle, and Weegar one off the post. Comes back out into neutral ice.
The chances you had, all of a sudden, one bounce, one strong play turns this game around.
Oh, Pastrnak was behind everyone, but Kuznetsov cut off the pass. Back come the Flames, and Kadri's shot goes wide of Korpisalo on the end boards. Zadorov trying to pivot away from Huberdeau. Stumbled down to his knees, and then Huberdeau gave him a shot to the back and knocked him all the way to the ice. Puck cleared back out. Ball turns up ice here for the Flames. 11.5 to go, second period. Bruins by 2. 45 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Ross just inside the line. Here's Farabee on the left circle with a shot up off the shoulder of Korpisalo. Minton against the end wall. Surrounded by a couple of Flames. Minton able to get it onto Jokiharju. He sends it out toward the blue line to Pastrnak, who tried to turn back with it. Ball took it away.
That defense needs to get off on a change here for the Bruins. Long shift for him.
From center ice, Frost pivots back toward his own blue line. That'll give Jokiharju a chance to get to the bench. Zadorov's been out there about a minute and a half. Frost into the Boston line, and Zadorov helped knock that puck free.
He should switch with Aspro. When Aspro comes off the bench there, they should switch, and Zadorov can go on the right side. Aspro can go on the left. Now the Bruins will send this puck all the way down. Zadorov will get off here, but you switch when Aspro comes out, so you're closer to the bench on a change.
Yeah, Bruins shorthanded now. Another 10 seconds left as Brustevich wraps it deep. Pete toward Aspero, moved it around near side. Brustevich there to take away. McAvoy about to come out of the box. Coronado to Brustevich. Back to Weegar, one-timer. Blocked by Janot. And then coming across to make the save on Coronado was Korpisalo.
By far his most difficult save of this game. That's a nice save. Good read coming across to his left to get a piece.
Bruins will change and get a full unit out there. 9:55 to go here in the second period. 2-0. Weegar's pass directed toward the Boston zone by Kirk. Back out of there. Jokiharju, Lorai, and now circle in front. Kastelic with a chance on the back door. Not sure if Wolf got a piece of that or it just went wide.
selection of new and pre-owned Hondas to choose from. Shop our full inventory and more at herbchambershonda.com.
It. Pete hands to Middlestat. Rink wide, Zadorov from the red line will dump in. Wolf in the trapezoid stops it. Sends around far side. Zaka knocked it off the wall. Able to reach around ball, get it back to Jokiharju with the right point. Laura back to Jokiharju. Zaka far side. Crossing pass came to Lorai. Anderson gets in a stick in there on his attempt. Far side circle. Corrali finds it. Lorai stepping to the top of the circle. Fake the shot. Shoots and scores! Mason Lorai got Klapka to go down, stepped around him, and then fired. And he makes it 3-0.
Yeah, goals in back-to-back games for Mason Lorai. This is a nice move. I mean, he's very capable of doing this. He's confident in the offensive blue line. He's going to fake the shot. You get Calgary running around, first of all, and then you move this puck. A couple turnovers by the Flames. Lorai fake shot, gets Klapka down and out. He's going to drag this puck around him, pulling the puck to the middle of the ice. And he's going to go upstairs with this shot. Moving screen in front. I think that was Middlestat, I believe. And Wolf doesn't pick it up until it's too late. You had two Calgary Flames going down trying to block it. You got Calgary running around a little bit. I mean, that's an important goal for them because Calgary trying to drag some of that momentum back on their side. And the Bruins had chances early in this period to extend the lead. They finally do there.
As you mentioned, goals in back-to-back games, yeah.
He's capable of doing that. He does. Talk about Lorai in the offensive zone. He's got a lot of confidence with the puck. Sometimes I like to see him use some of the players around him once he makes a nice move like that, but that was the time for the shot, and he makes it pay. Makes it count.
Tanner Jeannot carrying the puck behind the Calgary net into the far corner. Gets it back to McAvoy, to Corrali, top of the far circle. Throws one toward the front, blocked by Weegar. And Farabee will bring it out. Huberdeau on the right wing side. To the circle for Kadri. Played it behind the net. Got away from Farabee. Jeannot able to keep it moving up the far side, but turned over at center. Giving it right back to Corrali.
A couple of helpers for Jeannot today.
Corrali and Jeannot assisting on that one, so 2 points for Corrali as well. Scored the first goal of the game. Zary gives to Brustevich inside the Boston line. 4:50 to go here in the second period. Zadorov will play it around the near wall, and back it comes to him. Jokiharju will chop it out to center ice. Brustevich gloves it there. Zary turning it back into the Boston zone. Frost crossing pass. Kicked away from Sharon Govich. Pasternak has it. Sends a pass toward the middle, and Jokiharju will play it deep. Pasta goes for it along the end wall and gets there first. Far side boards Elias Lindholm. Knotted up with Zary. Usnadinov involved. Puck is pulled away from him by Frost. Anderson off a cross ice pass. Will carry it to the Boston line and in. Frost, top of the right circle. Shot that gets tipped and goes wide. There's a drive. That one blocked as well on that far circle. And Lorai turns it right back up ice. Angles ahead for Husnadinov. Chipped into the left wing corner. Kuznetsov there first. Around the far wall. And Backlund will bring it out through the neutral zone. Just onside. Coronado.
I mean, that's a 3-on-2.
Here's Weegar in front. Backlund double clutch on the shot. And a nice glove stop by Korpisalo.
Yeah, Korpisalo makes a nice stop on back. No question. He's right in between the hash marks. But that 3-on-2, that puck just explodes on that cross-ice pass.
3:34 to go here in the second period. Bruins with a 3-0 lead.
Your CRV. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at TD. Bank Book New England. Terms and eligibility apply.
We've all seen them. Drivers who are looking at their phones. Is there anything more crazy? It's like they're asking to be in an accident. And why are they even on their phones? To find better car insurance? That's easy. Just pull over and talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you benefit from great coverage and great value. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Sean Corrali and Tanner Jeannot get the assists on Mason Lorai's fourth goal of the season. With those feeds, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. That goal has given the Bruins a 3-0 lead on Calgary with 3:34 to go here in the second period.
That goal and a couple of huge saves by Korpisalo. We mentioned one was off of a loose puck and a rebound that he has to sprawl to his left to make a save on, but that one on Backlund, no rebound. It was just a good save as he pushed out. Backlund is alone in the middle of the ice.
Korpisalo had not played since the first game of the road trip back on December the 27th in Buffalo. Jeremy Swayman had started 4 in a row and 9 of the last 11. As the puck comes around the near side of the Flame zone, Geekie looking behind the net, got through Steves. McAvoy comes down to the hash mark to keep it alive. Minton out near the blue line, played it back down the wall. Huberdeau and Steves in a battle along the far side. Now the Flames will break out. Farabee right side finds Kadri. Across the Boston line, gives to Anderson, stepping to the right circle and trying to get it in front. That one block.
Good recovery. That was a 4-on-3 that time. Minton and McAvoy combined to try to break that one up.
McAvoy retrieves one along the end wall. Farabee took it away, couldn't get it out in front. Espero turns out to the near corner. Pass up the left side for Minton. Weegar will skate back here for Calgary. From the side of his own net, up the right side, Coronado into the Boston zone. Whistled off the puck by Zadorov. Jokiharju up the far side, past Arvidsson. Flames regain, but in their own zone. Now free puck into the Boston end. Zadorov takes a look over his shoulders. He goes back to play it away from Backlund. Middlestat. Casey Middlestat makes it a 4-0 Bruins lead.
Yeah, good hustle here by these forwards. And when the first pass doesn't succeed, you stay on the puck, able to retrieve it, try it again, get that puck to Middlestat in the low slot. He's kind of in the left wing circle. It's a short pass from Zacha. The first shot gets blocked in front, possibly by Arvidsson, who's battling in front, but comes right back to Middlestat. He's going to go short side high on Wolf. Tough call for him coming back in. You know, he had a strong game last night, even in a loss for Dustin Wolf, but today the players in front of him have not been all that strong.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the second period.
In terms of coverage, I mean, they've had some chances of their own down to the other end, but Korpisalo has been good.
Frost takes away inside the Bruins zone. Zary on the far side boards against Lohrei. Hands back off to Frost. Checked by Peak. Puck up into the air. Glove down by Corrali. Sticks along for Lohrei. Ball holds in at the point. Sharangovich in the left wing corner. Back to the point for Ball. Shot gets redirected by Frost and saved by Korpisalo. Here's Zary. Plenty of space. Walks to the front of the net and scores.
Ooh, that's a bad breakdown by the Bruins there.
Connor Zary had no one around him and he just came right to the front door.
Couldn't believe how wide open he was. He got this puck over in the right wing circle, deep in the right wing circle, and the Bruins get a little mixed up in their coverage down low, and he just walks right to the front. He's able to beat Korpisalo, the blocker side. You pick your head up and nobody comes to you.
That'll be the 7th goal of the season for Connor Zary. Gives Calgary back within 3 minutes 16 to go here in the period. face-off at center ice here for Elias Lindholm and Nazem Kadri. Flames win that. And a dump in by Kuznetsov. Around the near side circle. Aspero ran out of time in a hurry. McAvoy able to get it behind the net for Elias Lindholm. Pasternak throws it out to center ice. Kuznetsov able to take it away from Kuznetsov. Wolf from behind the Calgary net. Brings it around to the far side. Kuznetsov rather getting in front of a clearing effort by Huberdeau. Now Kadri over to Farabee. Weegar going to skate it to the red line and send it toward the left wing corner. McAvoy to Aspero. Up the left side now to Pasternak at his own blue line. Gives it in the middle for Elias Lindholm. 33 to go in the period. Just inside the Calgary line. Puck will jump out of play over by Jeremy Swayman on the Bruins bench.
Now they'll keep the face-off inside the zone here. Now, I hate to see that one, that breakdown there by the Bruins, but they've had some chances here this period. Calgary has. Both teams have, but Calgary's backwards chance right from the in between the hash marks and the save that Korpisalo made there, but the breakdown defensively. The Bruins were back and plenty of guys back in position, but no one taking Zary.
Ball trying a home run pass here for Coleman. Zadorov able to recover. Send it around the near side. Chased down toward the corner by Anderson. Now Minton will play it over to the far side. Steve's got Emden in the zone. And right back deep it comes. Final 7 seconds to go in the period. Centering pass comes out in front. Anderson, had to juggle it in front and then throws it back in front, and it ricochets just wide of the net as it comes to the end of the period. So the Flames able to break the shutout late in the second period.
Zadorov's a little shaken up right now. He couldn't get off his knees there at the end of the period. He's still down. I don't know if it's a skate blade.
Yeah, it looks like the referee may be helping him with a skate issue.
Just help him to the bench. Yeah, it is a skate blade. That's good news.
Yeah, he lost the blade as it hit the bottom of the boards as he went to stop. So he will get help going back to the bench, but we expect to see him in the third period as the Bruins take a 4-1 lead to the locker room at the end of 2 here at TD Garden. We'll be back to recap the first 40 minutes in just a moment here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Hi, it's Jason Todd, VP of New England for Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. What makes Blue Sky unique compared to other restoration companies? At Blue Sky, we take care of everything from beginning to end, so we're the only call you need to make. So if your home or business experiences property damage from water, fire, mold, or storms, don't panic. With locations across the region, our team will be there in no time to get you back on your feet. Visit goblusky.com. Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
This winter is shaping up to be a harsh, snowy season. So take control of the roads with a new set of Bridgestone Blizzak tires from Town Fair Tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you the most free services with your purchase of Bridgestone Blizzak tires. For the guaranteed best deal on Bridgestone Blizzak tires with the most free services for life, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Need a new roof for your home or business? Call East Coast Metal Roofing, lifetime guaranteed roofs, and get 10% off during their New Year savings event. Call 844-611-ECMR or visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com.
What is insurance? Insurance transfers certain risks between parties.
Without insurance, the economy would really stop.
In simple terms, insurance is like community.
It's protecting every last asset that somebody has built over a lifetime.
You're in it together. You feel supported.
From the beginning to the end.
What insurance is just taking care of people. It's definitely a way of life.
Cross Insurance. Our way of life since 1954.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Laura stepping to the top of the circle. Fake the shot. Shoots and scores. Mason Lohrei got Klapka to go down, stepped around him, and then fired, and he makes it 3-0. It's a 4-1 Bruins lead after two periods here over the Calgary Flames at TD Garden. Back alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Bruins had a 2-0 edge after one. Came out, got some early opportunities to try to extend that lead in the second period. Weren't able to do it for a while. Then finally get a couple of goals to open it up 4-1. Calgary gets a late one there to cut it back to 4-1 after two.
I mean, I think that the Bruins had a chance to extend the lead earlier in the period, like you just said, and Calgary certainly had their opportunities as well. I mean, no better chance than Backlund's right in between the hash marks and Korpisalo making that save. Just a breakdown defensively for the Bruins on that goal that was scored by Zari. I mean, Zari looked up and there's nobody in front of him. He just took it right strong to the front of the net. And just a little mix-up, I think, defensively. You had two guys, two forwards going to one defenseman, and that left Zari in the lane wide open to go to the net. But, you know, all in all, it's, you know, I've been saying it right from the 5-minute mark of the first period. This game is there to be had. It's, you know, I didn't know what to expect in terms of, you know, the Bruins coming off of a long road trip and just getting back late yesterday, flying all day yesterday. And Calgary on the flip side playing last night against the Montreal Canadiens, so they had to fly into Montreal play. And, you know, just talking to some of their announcers, they're like, yeah, we're kind of still on mountain time right now, you know. So it's just, you know, every team's got to go through it. Every team's got to battle through it. So I just didn't know what to expect in terms of execution today and, you know, how strong it was going to be. Calgary has struggled, I think, through a lot of this game, or at least half of this, you know, at least, 30 out of the 40 minutes where they've struggled a little bit defensively and even to make plays offensively on a couple of occasions. The game is there for the taking for the Bruins. They're up 4-1. They've done a lot of their work already, but, you know, still 20 minutes of work to be done and get an opportunity to start this homestand off strong. You know, 5 games in a row here at home. I think you mentioned it off the top. They weren't great in their last homestand. The last time they had an opportunity to put some numbers up here on home ice, but now you've got another chance. And when you look around the league, Ryan, it's just, I know Marco Stearns doesn't look at the standings, but we do. And, sure. And you know, every game when you look down and you see it, an Atlantic team Atlantic Division team win, you know that that's 2 points you have to make up, and so unfortunately you're playing a little catch up right now, because even though the Atlantic doesn't seem to be strong on paper, at least the first part of the season, they're starting to put up numbers now. They're starting to win some games. Buffalo, 11 out of the last 12, and Toronto's kind of played themselves out of their funk. Tampa Bay's been winning games left and right. So you got a bit of an uphill, hill to climb. Detroit's been on top for a while now. Montreal's not going anywhere. These teams have been putting up points, and if they're not winning, they're at least putting up 1 point. So it's up to the Bruins to keep pace.
Yeah, Tampa, Montreal, and Detroit have kind of separated themselves from the pack a little bit at the top three of the division. So you got Buffalo at 48 points, Florida and Toronto at 47, and Boston coming in with 46 tonight, and Ottawa with 45.
But they have games in hand on the Bruins as well.
They do.
So you've got to win your games here, and you put up a 500 road trip. Okay, it could have been a little bit better. Would have liked to have seen them get maybe another point or two out of some of those games, but 500 on the road. But now you've got to do your work at home.
And they have, for the most part this year, been pretty good on home ice. Whether they can continue to do that on this homestand, we shall see. But they have a 4-1 lead over Calgary at the end of 2 periods. The goal scoring in that second period belonging, again, to the Bruins. The third goal of the night from Mason Lohrei, and then Casey Mittelstadt with his 10th of the year to make it 4-0, 4-1 now after the Connor Zary goal. Time for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. Canadian rock icons Triumph return to the road for the first time in 35 years. See them at Leaderbank Pavilion on June 4th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. We will check the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250 whether you win or lose.
Minimum odds minus 500 awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. It's late night and you're hungry. The Sylvan Street Grill late night menu has you covered. Go in or order online until 11:30 every day. The Sylvan Street Grill, Peabody and Salisbury. Eat, drink, and chill at the Sylvan Street Grill.
Hey, Ryan Williams here with 128 Plumbing, Heat, and Cooling and Electric, home of Finish Strong Friday. And at 128, we are proud to be local and independently owned since 1992. And this year, we're excited to announce that we are now certified Evergreen, which is a certification that speaks to long-term commitment and remaining privately held, with a focus on people over short-term profits and exits. Learn more on our website or social media at call128.com.
Hey, it's Patrice Bergeron. Every great play starts with an assist. That's why Avidia Bank and I are taking assists for kids beyond the rink. For every Boston assist, Avidia Bank donates $75 up to $30,000 to provide $150 max saving accounts for local kids. And Franklin Sports is donating $7,000 in street hockey equipment, giving us $37,000 to help kids get out and play. Because every kid deserves the chance to play and fall in love with the game, just like I did. I'm proud to team with Avidia Bank and Franklin Sports for assists for kids. Learn more at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness, member of the IC, member DIF.
Mice running a drill in your basement, spiders practicing defense in the shower, stink bugs huddling on the windows. New year, new defense against bugs. Use Burgess Pest, my go-to for fast, local, year-round pest protection. Almost 100 years strong. BurgessPest.com. Built for New England, built to stop pests.
Playoff football means pizza, and that means Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napolitana. For over 100 years, Pepe's has served legendary New Haven style of beads made with their signature dough and cooked in their famous coal-fired ovens. Feed the whole crew with their 18-inch family-style cheese pizza, big enough for 4 for under $6.50 per person. Find a location near you or order online at pepespizzeria.com.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
NHL scoreboard after 40 minutes. It's Montreal 3, Panthers 1. Red Wings have a 3-1 lead over Vancouver. Buffalo up 3-1 over the Rangers. And end of the second period, Flyers lead Toronto 1-0. Penguins 3-0 lead over the Devils. Hurricanes have a 3-2 lead over the Ducks. No score between the Islanders and Predators. And Winnipeg has a 3-1 lead over the Oilers. Later on tonight, Colorado and Ottawa. Blue Jackets travel to Vegas. While the Wild and Kraken, puck drops for that one at 10 p.m. Patriots and Chargers will meet in the playoffs this Sunday. The injury report, though, is long. Garrett Bradbury, Vadarian Lowe, they're both dealing with illnesses, while Kyrie's Tonga did not practice with a foot injury. Keishon Boutte was limited. He's dealing with a hamstring. Omarion Hampton did not practice for L.A. Mike McDaniel out in Miami as their head coach. And the college football playoff right now underway. Second quarter, Miami has a 10-7 lead over Ole Miss. 6 minutes to go in that one. Hey, Bruins fans, the 2026 Pucks and Pups calendar's here. The calendar features your favorite Bruins players and their furry best friends, and it's the perfect way to start planning for the new year. Visit BostonProShop.com and stop by the Pro Shop, powered by 47 at the Hub on Causeway, to grab yours and support the Boston Bruins Foundation and MSPCA Angel. I'm Joe Murray. The third period's coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Bob's a financial professional who's currently enjoying a win-win scenario, meeting with a valued client and enjoying a round of golf. But Bob's used to win-win scenarios because he works with Mass Mutual, who not only provides the freedom and flexibility to offer his clients products and solutions that meet their needs, they offer Bob the autonomy, compensation, and optional home office support that meet his. Win-win. Success for your clients and yourself. The feeling is Mass Mutual. Learn more at massmutual.com/wealthmanagement.
This is 2026. No more messing around. It's the first day of the rest of your life. Today, you are switching to Astound, shifting your Wi-Fi and life into a new gear. Reliable, affordable connection, so you can browse, watch, and play like you've always wanted. Because slow Wi-Fi is so last year. Under budget, full speed ahead. That's Astound. Wi-Fi starting at $19.95 per month. Restrictions apply. See astound.com for details.
I'm Jen Harper, the founder of Cheekbone Beauty. We grew the brand to like $1 million from a corner of my basement. I don't feel like I'm technology savvy whatsoever, but companies like Shopify exist, so you can literally build a website in an evening. I really look at it like the sort of the level of the playing field, and Shopify just made it like foolproof. It was so easy. I don't think I could ever go work for anyone else ever again. We're Cheekbone Beauty, and we're powered by Shopify.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week.
Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion.
Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan.
6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how is Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. The ED Group Station.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Bruins are on it. DeBrusque throws it deep, chases after it. Odd man chance left to the net. Shoots Brossois, the save, rebound, they score! It's Pasternak, the hat trick. He ties the game as he swooped out in front. And the Bruins have locked back into a 4-4 tie with the Winnipeg Jets.
This date in Bruins history taking us back to 2020. David Pasternak's 7th career hat trick and the 3rd of 4 hat tricks he scored that season. Helped the Bruins beat Winnipeg 5-4. Pasta now this stage of his career with 19 regular season and 2 postseason career hat tricks as well. This date in Bruins history is being restored by Blue Sky. Remember, if you have a property disaster, visit gobluesky.com. That's go, B-L-U, sky.com. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. Bruins carrying a 4-1 lead into the 3rd period. Shots on goal in that 2nd period were 10-9 in favor of Boston. 2 period totals are 23-16 Bruins. 50-34 are the attempts in this game in favor of Boston as well.
Still some pretty good looks for Calgary in that 2nd period, especially the second half of the 2nd period. Korpisalo stopping all but one of them.
Boston will go from left to right here in the 3rd. Start with Zacha, Mittelstadt, and Arvidsson, along with Jokiharju and Zadorov and his fresh skate blade. Lost one right at the end of the 2nd period as a face-off controlled here by the Flames and lifted deep into the far corner of the Bruins zone. Jokiharju sent it into some traffic in that far corner. Backlund's got it on his stick. Coronado turning with it along the far circle. Poke checked away, got it right back and fired, and that one blocked as Arvidsson near side overskated. Backlund tried a shot, that one blocked, and now the Bruins will break out.
Buck had some pretty good spin on it when Arvidsson tried to pick it up.
Arvidsson with a rising shot goes over Wolf. Ricochets back out to the far side blue line. Aspero rims it around near side. Mittelstadt trying to center. That blocked by Backlund in the near corner. Shot up the wall. McAvoy kept in, throws it in front, tipped on by Arvidsson, and a rebound, a chance. Back out in front. Mittelstadt with a backhander, and Wolf finally gets it covered.
Mittelstadt tried to send a little pass over into the left wing circle, but had a chance to let that one rip on the rebound. Good tip by Arvidsson. He's out in front on the wrist shot from McAvoy that finds its way all the way through. Wolf makes one save there. The second one on the rebound. Mittelstadt maybe had a chance to hold on to that puck for an extra second with Uyghur down and out in front of him.
Face off in the offensive zone here for Elias Lindholm. Pasternak standing at the ready, top of the circle. Puck comes to him. He swivels it over near side for Pete. Throws a long shot toward the net. Elias Lindholm trying to tip that. Gloved by Wolf. Faceoff will come over in the near circle down to our right this time.
Clean faceoff win for Elias Lindholm. Nobody able to get the tip on Peak's shot coming in.
Officials trying to spread everybody out, keep them out of the faceoff circle. Lindholm wins that one cleanly as well. Peak to Lohrei, to Pasternak. Try to get it back to Lohrei. Redirected into the corner. Husnudinov. Gets knocked off the far corner partially by the referee. Here's Peak with a shot from the inside of the right circle, and Wolf steers that up over the net. Lohrei to Peak again. Throws it in front. Wolf made the save, and the rebound ricochets just wide. Lohrei trying to play it back down toward the corner. Knocked out of the air. Aaron Govich coming back into that far corner and will circle back behind the net. Angled up the near side for Zary, who turns up ice. From the red line to the blue, to the top of the circle. Gets a shot off the right pad of Korpisalo. Zary around the far side, Uyghur. To the far circle. And a long shot off the far wall by Sharon Govich, sticked away. Thrown back out in front, and that one tips just wide. Lohrei clears the zone toward Minton. Front of the Boston bench. Battling with Sharon Govich. Now Steves to lift it into the Calgary zone. And Chase Kadri, who turns it over on the far side. Walt Minton out in front for Geekie. Just missed. McAvoy, center blue line. His shot goes high and wide on the stick side. Geekie shovels it back toward Aspero. His shot blocked. Huberdeau, quick clear to Farabee, moving ahead to the Boston zone. Got the shot in.
Remember the too many men that we thought that Calgary had when we were in Calgary? They're yelling for it there on the Bruins. And they had an argument.
Well, the Bruins had an argument in Calgary. Didn't
Sure
get
did.
that call. As Farabee played it into the Boston zone here, McAvoy. Lomberg will steer it back toward that far side. Klapka couldn't get it. McAvoy throws it out toward the blue line, but Lomberg gloves it down. Ian Janot collide along the near side wall. Kastelik got it back into neutral ice. Klapka nearly left the puck behind. Now sweeps it into the Bruins' end. 3 minutes gone here in the third period. Cleared for Kastelik on the near right side. Kicked that out near the blue line by Corrali, and it goes back into the zone offside.
It's hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now.
All tipped in by Middlestat.
I think it was an intentional offside. It was called on Coleman. But you don't get a choice of what side you get it on
right
there. It's only for an icing or start of a power play.
Puck was touched with a high stick here by Zacha, but Weegar plays it. Turns the Flames back from their own zone. Skates all the way through center ice, in across the Boston line. Coronado coming down the left wing circle. Jokiharju denied his centering pass. Rides him around to that far side wall. He'll come back behind the net. Usnadinov bracing for a hit. Gets knocked down, but puck grabbed by Peak. And will come out towards center ice himself. Into the right wing corner. Pasternak first to it. Squeezed to the boards by Kuznetsov. Far side and Frost. Lost it over to Lohrei. Throws it toward the net. Pasternak standing in front, trying to redirect that one.
All alone, standing in front.
Yeah. Your corner. Kuznetsov wrapped it past Weegar, but he'll chase it down along the far circle. Outlet pass finds Frost. Left wing side, Zary to the circle. Shot partially blocked by Pete. Korpisalo stays with it, makes the save, and hangs on.
Yeah, slowed it up. Well, one pass beats the Bruins forwards through the neutral zone, and all of a sudden they've got an odd man rush. The Bruins are hustling back to make it a 3-on-3, but that had potential for a little bit worse there.
Just over 4.5 minutes gone here in the third period. Bruins with a 4-1 lead. Face off in the near circle to our left. Kastelik against Kadri. And
Kastelik's been perfect in the face-off circle through 2 periods.
Wins that one with some help from Aspero.
Get some help, exactly.
Here's Janot carrying into the Calgary zone. His shot blocked by Anderson, goes over the glass out of play.
Yeah, on Anderson to just get that stick in there. You need help sometimes from the other forwards or even defensemen, on faceoffs. It's not all up to the centerman sometimes, especially the D-zone faceoffs. If you neutralize it, now you're looking for help. As long as you don't lose it clean in the D-zone.
Right. Face off in the offensive zone. Corrali wins this one. McAvoy coming to the far side circle, takes a shot, and then goes wide. Aspero at the near point to hold in. Off of McAvoy, came to Corrali for a shot, and the save by Wolf, thrown back out in front by Kastelik, kicked back toward the end wall. Kadri stumbling as he goes into the far corner. Anderson will play it off the back wall and Ball throws it back through neutral ice. That misses everyone, but angles in on Korpisalo, forced to play it. So they wave off an icing. Aspero's pass off the skate of Janot turned over. Kadri pushed toward the near boards for Farabee to the back of the net. Got through Lomberg. A little help from McAvoy. Kastelik in the far corner. Lifts it up. Knocked out of the air. Thought by Corrali, but play on. Aspero will turn back.
Aspero will take an icing. The Bruins are going to get there first.
Oh, they whistle it down.
I'm chuckling because I'm going back to what Marco Stern was saying about Aspero carrying the puck.
Yeah,
we'd rather him not carry the puck.
Rather get rid of it quickly. It's best when he's not carrying the puck.
That's like a saying. You have a teammate say, "Hey, if the puck ends up on your stick, it's a mistake. Just give it back."
Face-off win by Kirkland. Flames get set up here. Brustevich throws one in front. Ricocheted wide. Aspero's going to get a penalty. As Lomberg got tripped up in pursuit of that puck.
Yeah, so not only you take the icing call there and then Bruins have done a nice job of staying out of the box so far in this game. Now have to go on the kill.
Boston 45 minor penalty for tripping.
Yeah, so 14-12 to go here in the third. This will be Calgary's first full opportunity of the night. They had a shortened chance on the back end of a 4-on-4 earlier tonight.
Interesting that Calgary, Lombard draws a penalty, but after an icing call, they went with the fourth line for an offensive zone faceoff.
So, Bruins with a 3-goal lead here. As face-off win by the Flames, Anderson takes a shot that tips up and over the net.
That's the first loss for Castlick in the face-off circle.
Anderson at the right point. Huberdeau coming to the top of the circle. Back to Anderson. Back over to that far side. Coronado gets it down low. Farabee gives it back to him. Right circle. Shot up high on Corpusalo.
That hurt him.
Yeah, that one got him right off the mask. And
it didn't hurt him, but yeah, mask came off. Quick whistle. Got a strap. Got taken right off of a face mask.
Yeah, it didn't knock the mask completely off, but loosened it enough that when he dropped down, it pops off. A minute 43 left on the penalty. Face off to Corpusalo's left here. Rally and Kastelic with McAvoy and Zadorov, the penalty killing unit. Flames win the face-off on a broken stick. Zadorov. Huberdeau out near the blue line. Gives over to Anderson. Passes down toward Kadri. Back up top. Coronado. His shot. It's tipped wide of the net. Zadorov with a new stick in his hand will clear it.
It's Corrali's stick. A little shorter than his. Corrali's a big guy too, but
not quite
his stick's going to be short for Zadorov.
Anderson going to bring back to the Boston line. Left wing pass to Huberdeau. Around the far boards. Kadri skates onto it. Kicks it back in behind the net. Peak in pursuit toward Huberdeau in the near corner. Minute 5 to go in the Calgary power play. Coronado out of the blue line. Backhands one for Huberdeau and a lunge at it. Knocked it to Farabee. Back to Huberdeau, top of the left circle. Up top for Anderson. Shot straight on, and Corpusalo's got that one cradled.
Yeah, this has been a fairly polite game as well, right? Just a little dust up early, but nothing too bad. And even after whistles, nobody taking shots at the goaltenders. Nobody really doing much pushing and shoving. Respectful game, we'll put it that way.
Yeah, with the exception of the Backlund Kastelic thing first period, that wasn't much.
No.
Face off and won by the Flames here. Zary on the blue line.
Pushing forward, actually went right to him.
Drive from that far circle, skimmed wide. Kept in by Weegar, near side of the blue line. Klapka shoved to the wall by Zadorov, then tried to fight his way out in front. Weegar will keep alive again at the blue line. 33 to go on the power play. Puck off of Jeannot, right to McAvoy, and he'll clear it all the way down. Weegar picks it up from behind Wolf, and with 20 seconds left on the power play, Flames come forward. Frost tried a left wing pass, cut off by Peak. Bruins headed back the other way. Corrali down the right circle, in front. Kastelic has it, robbed by Wolf. Another great opportunity for Kastelic tonight, this time shorthanded. Flames back in, and a centering pass came right through the top of the crease. It'll ricochet to center ice. Aspero steps out of the box right onto the puck. He's got Corrali coming down the middle. Fakes a shot, tried to go to his right, lost his edge. And then gets taken down hard in the near corner by Klapka. Corrali picking up his helmet and headed back toward the bench. Gets his helmet back on, stays on. Kirkland fights his way out to center ice and dumps one toward Corpusalo.
Oh, Corrali, a terrific pass there, but Wolf he read it well. You know, he knew that Corrali was going to make that pass. Kastelic got some separation going to the net on that back door. But a good read by Wolf to get over.
McAvoy clears one ahead, but that's going to go for an icing here with 11:29 to go here in the third period.
Yeah, good chance for the Bruins. Corrali ended up losing his edge as he came into the zone, trying to maybe decide exactly what he wanted to do. But he was looking for Kaslik the whole time. And Kaslik had a step on Klapka going to the net on that back door. And Corrali makes a good pass over to him, but a better save.
Corrali with a goal and an assist already tonight.
And you know, a couple helpers.
Yep. 10 different Bruins with points in this one.
Sounds like Seattle.
Yeah, well, they have 11 different guys who got points the other night, the night before they played the Bruins.
And against the Bruins, correct? I mean, they had some guys with 2 points in that game, but
yeah,
a lot of different scores on that score sheet for them.
Icing brings the faceoff back down to our left here with 11:16 to go. Bruins with a 4-1 lead. Elias Lindholm against Nazem Kadri. Lindholm 6-7, make it 7-7 on faceoffs tonight as he wins that one. Usnadinov gives to McAvoy coming out toward the red line. He'll wire it in. Ricochet's off the back glass. Usnadinov couldn't settle it on the far side. Now the Flames come back.
Up right over his stick.
Farabee gets it across the line. McAvoy comes over and takes away his pass. Goes behind the net with Huberdeau in tow. Now Lohrei will skate it out toward his own blue line. McAvoy on the right side. Fires in. And around to the far side. Rustevich is there. Uyghur in the near corner. Throws it back into center ice. And it jumps away from Zadorov, but he'll track it back into his own zone. Middlestat gets the pass from Yoki Haru. An effort got cut off short. Gary to Coronado. Just inside the Boston line. Gary had it taken away. Middlestat throws it into the air. Glove knocked down with a stick by Backlund. But Middlestat regains. Off the near boards, and Zacha will poke it forward. Flames regain. Kuznetsov going behind his net. So we come to the midway point of the third period. Bruins with a 3-goal lead. Zary trying to get through Zacha and Arvidsson. Ends up coming into the zone, but the Flames are offside on the play. We'll take a timeout with exactly 10 minutes to go here in the third period. It's a 4-1 Bruins lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Listen every Monday and Friday to Read and React on Zolak and Bertrand, presented by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. On call 24 hours a day. John Sewer is ready to react to any clogged drain emergency. They're named to know when the drains don't flow. John Sewer. We get the job done.
The season is heating up, and Gate City Casino wants to send you to the ultimate showdown in Santa Clara, California this February. Will you be big game bound? Play your favorite slots and table games right now to earn entries. Then be here on Saturday, January 10th for the grand prize drawing. Must be present to win. Final drawing at 10 p.m. One lucky winner is scoring a trip to the big game, including hotel stay, tailgate access, and transportation to the game. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in the action at Gate City Casino in Nashua.
Join 98.5 The Sports Hub and Corona at Julio's Liquors on Turnpike Road in Westboro this Saturday from 4 to 6 for a chance to enter the Corona La Playa Awaits Flyaway, a trip to see the Boston Celtics in Miami.
Must be 21 plus. Rules and restrictions apply. Courtesy of Corona, the official cerveza of the Boston Celtics. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
That's Bruins Authentics is dropping the latest set of game-used goal pucks scored throughout the month of December tomorrow, January 9th at 10 a.m. Visit BruinsAuthentics.com to shop the goal pucks and bring home a piece of Bruins history. Halfway through the third period, Bruins with a 4-1 lead over Calgary. And a face-off just outside the Boston blue line. Off the draw, Klapka trying to get it into the Bruins zone. Had his pocket picked by Middlestat.
Stat's been good today with staying on pucks. You know, even when he turned it over there, trying to get it out, it was still in the air. They knocked it down out of the air, but he ended up getting it back.
Nearly stole one right at the Calgary line there, but they whistle it offside.
You know, he's stayed above pucks. He hasn't gotten caught. deep in the zone. This line has been pretty good for them. You know, talking about, and they stay together. It's Zacha and it's Arvidsson and it's Middlestat because they're pretty reliable. Middlestat has been much better since he's been moved to the wing. It wasn't working for him in the middle early in the season.
And Marco Sturm made no secret from training camp forward that he feels like Zacha's better in the middle than on the wing.
I agree with that as well. But they wanted to give Middlestat an opportunity there, and
Minton playing one forward here, and Geekie will track it into the Calgary zone. In the corner, one-on-one against Anderson as they wrestle each other around. Puck comes toward Klapka at the hash marks, and he'll lob it back out. McAvoy up the right side to Steves, trying to get around Ball. Puck comes free along the end boards, and Brustevich. His pass by Geekie, but controlled by Farabee.
It's a good decision there by Corrali as well. He's the third guy in on the forecheck, and you know, he doesn't dive down and have one pass beat him, and now it's got an odd man rush coming up the ice. He recognizes the situation. He starts going down, and then he backs off and makes sure that you've got three guys that they have to go through in the neutral zone. Now you get a penalty coming up on Calgary.
Aspero able to protect that puck against Farabee on that far circle, and the whistle comes.
Bruins been pretty disciplined that way. They haven't given up odd man rushes. You know, maybe a 3-on-2 here and there, but not many.
So the Bruins will go to the power play when we come back. 8:23 to go here in the third. It's Boston 4, Calgary 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season and helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
8:23 left in the third period. Bruins with a 4-1 lead and going to the power play here as Joel Farabee goes to the box.
Offensive zone penalty for Farabee. You got an opportunity here to ice this game. You know, you haven't had many power play chances. Be a holding call on Farabee. You got the right leg of Aspero all tied up, but
Bruins have only had one power play chance tonight, and they only used 27 seconds of that before they took a penalty of their own.
Elias Lindholm won that draw cleanly, and it went off of a skate.
Here's Anderson with a shot from the far wall, turned away with a blocker by Korpisalo. Elias Lindholm weaving his way out toward center ice, leaves it behind. McAvoy picks up from there, gives to Zacha. Zacha trying to get into the Calgary zone, does. Elias along the near circle, finds him again. Back to McAvoy at the point. Throws it to the net, tipped by Lindholm on goal, and Wolf made that save.
Good save. Pastrnak was open in the left wing circle, and McAvoy wanted to use him there.
Clear by the Flames. McAvoy picks up from Korpisalo. Minute 18 to go on the man advantage. Zacha starts it out of the defensive zone. Lindholm tried to give it back to him, taken away by Kirkland, who's back into the Boston zone and puts one just wide from the top of the left circle. Weegar kept in, far point. Brought to the near side. Sharon Govich's shot goes up and over the net. Pastrnak has it far side wall, pushed back toward the corner. 52 seconds left on the power play. McAvoy's pass got away from Arvidsson, driven in wide again here by Backlund. And now Backlund from the left circle, 1-1 toward the net.
I said you got an opportunity to ice this game. They almost let Calgary back in it.
30 seconds left on the power play as Arvidsson starts out of his own zone, brings to the red line, all the way across the Calgary blue. Left wing side here, Steves. Off the wall to Lohrei. Takes a shot, that one blocked. Far side, Lohrei gets to it and gets it back down low. Ball trying to poke it through Middlestat behind the net. Anderson sends around the far side. Minton takes a hit. 7 to go on the power play. Minton stays with it. Backhands it along to Steves. Left circle. Down low. Middlestat trying to get it back in front. Ricochets free, and it's cleared. Farabee's out of the box. Well, the Bruins 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. 6:13 to play. They lead 4-1. Peak back inside the defensive zone. Fires a pass up the right side, blocked by Farabee, but kicked right to Corrali, and he'll get it deep. Weegar down the far side for Farabee, back into the middle. Kuznetsov skates it to center ice. Dumps to the left wing corner. Round to the far side, Zadorov. Far circle, giveaway. Farabee got it in front. Kadri couldn't get a stick to it before Pete did. Kastelik gets the clear. 5:35 to play. Sharon Govich directs one in wide of Korpisalo. He will send it around the far side. Kadri cuts it off at the hash marks. His pass back to Brstevich to the point. Jumped over his stick. Both teams getting some changes on as the Flames dump it back in. Aspero to Jokiharju in the near corner. Usnadinov got it just outside the line and then turned it back. Jokiharju from the near circle. Pass up the near side wing, cut off by Frost. Back in they come. But Klapka held off by Pasternak in the near circle. Usnadinov's got it back to center ice. And will chip it down the right wing wall. Pasternak going into the corner against Hanley. Puck comes free behind the net to Elias Lindholm in the far corner. Aspero from the point. Plays it back down deep. Jump past Pasta in behind the net. Hanley got it out toward the blue line. Kicked by Elias Lindholm. Back toward the near circle. Frost is there for Calgary.
I mean, didn't like the Bruins power play at all, but Calgary's really not pushing a whole lot here 5-on-5. See when they pull Wolf. I mean,
Frost to the left wing circle. Coronado gets the shot in on Korpisalo, who covers it up.
One of their better chances this period, 5-on-5.
We'll take our final timeout with 4:26 to go here in the third period. It's the Bruins 4 and the Flames 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, got to be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans of Foxborough, are you ready to tackle cyber threats? IntraSystems, New England's leader in cybersecurity solutions, presents the ultimate defensive front against malware, phishing, and cyber blitzes with Barracuda's XDR solution. Barracuda's XDR solution is relentless, fast, and always keeping threats in check. Contact IntraSystems today to protect your business with the champions of cybersecurity. Remember, a good defense wins championships and keeps your data safe. Access Security Trust. IntraSystems.com.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
It's hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
4:26 left here in the third period. Bruins 4-1 leaders on Calgary. Face-off will be to the right of Jonas Korpisalo. He's faced 26 shots tonight from the Flames and stopped all but one of them. Off the face-off, McAvoy to Zadorov. Hammers it around the far boards. Geekie tipped it out to Steves coming through neutral ice.
Kaslik was just out there to take the draw. Won it. Got that puck out of the zone. He goes off.
Backlund going to bring the Flames back forward.
Hey, everybody on the same page there. You know, you know how I feel when they win a face-off in the D zone and it ends up being an icing.
Right.
But everyone on the same page there. We're going to wrap the puck around. We're going to have a reverse kind of pinch over on the far boards.
Orov got a decent hit on Coronado on that far side.
Gets his money's worth when he hits.
McAvoy gets it just outside the line because Kuznetsov plays it back in. McAvoy's got it again near circle. It's up the right side, forced forward by Steves. Geekie gives it back to him. Now and across the line comes Minton. Tried a shot, and his stick snapped in half. Got a little help, I believe. Flames will turn back the other way. Farabee to Anderson.
Calgary making no calls to their goaltender to pull him right now. I mean, I'm down 3.
Middlestad inside the Flame zone, rink wide. Peak has to pick it up off of Karam. Now throws it to the net with Arvidsson in front.
I think somebody got a tip on that. It just hit a body in front.
Farabee gets it back out to the red line. Peak knocked off balance by Lomberg. Plays it back toward Lohrei, and we're under 3 minutes to play. Lohrei to Arvidsson. Streaking up the right wing side, centering pass. Middlestad had to chase it to the corner, just out of his reach. Now Arvidsson coming to that far circle, gets tripped up. Flames will head back the other way. 3-on-2. Zary left wing side. Sharon Govich with a shot. Knocked down by Korpisalo. Trying to get that rebound back out in front. Forced into the corner instead. Zary on the near wall. Sharon Govich back to Ball, and he couldn't hold it in. It'll come back out to the red line now in Uyghur. Over to the far side. Flames regain entry. Asper over by the Bruins bench. Played it out toward the red line. 2:15 to go. Stevich back in his own zone here for the Flames. Gives to Backlund coming toward the red line. Going to get it around Jeannot. Did on the second effort, but not through Corrali. Kastelik chasing down the left wing side. His shot forced wide of the net by Anderson. Back out into neutral ice. McAvoy bumps Coronado away from it. Stevich back in his own zone. Turns away from Kastelik with 1:45 to go. Through the neutral ice and across the line. Huberdeau got it back to Verstevich coming down the middle. Shot and into the breadbasket on Korpisalo. Hangs on.
Now, we were talking about the league, right, Ryan, and talking about the Atlantic Division. There's always teams that seem to be winning in the Atlantic. Detroit's up 4-1. Toronto's in a tie right now with Philly. The Canadians are up 4-2, but they're playing the Panthers, so Buffalo's up at it again. 3-2 lead over the Rangers. Hard to catch up, but you can't lose ground.
Right. It seems like more often than not, when we go down that scoreboard at the end of the night, it's like almost everybody in the Atlantic's gotten at least a point.
Yes, it's been happening lately.
We saw
not to the extent of Colorado and who, by the way, lost a couple games in a row.
Finally have lost their stride. 2 losses in a row in regulation. Here's Corrali moving in on Wolf. Just tipped it wide.
Went for his 3rd point of the night. Jeannot got him the puck. That would have been his 3rd assist.
All by himself, walking to the front of the net. Kadri into the Boston zone. Relieved of the puck by Jeannot. And now we get a hand pass here against the Flames with 1:17 left.
No, he's in Montreal, Detroit, and Tampa are the teams that have kind of distanced themselves. Montreal win it again. Detroit winning.
Hanley to Zary near the red line. Turns toward the middle. Gives it on the left wing to Frost. Frost just inside the Boston line. Knocked off his stick by Minton. Loose puck grabbed by Geekie. To Minton. Into the middle for Steves. Forced into the far corner with it with 35 seconds to go. It'll be grabbed by Sharon Govich, and Flames will come back out into the neutral zone. Knocked away from Zary. Here's Geekie in across the line. Shot was blocked by Hanley. They go to the end wall. Janot, near circle, sends it back to Jokiharju, top of the left side. Now Pete. Down low to Janot, back to Pete. Final 10 seconds to go. Pete to Jokiharju, one-timer. Change direction, and Wolf nearly had that one slip through. Is able to make the save and a whistle with 5.4 to go.
Wolf's been good in this game.
He has.
You know, this was a gettable game right from the start, you know, for the Bruins. And, you know, to their credit, they stay with it and got it. And good way to start the 5-game homestand back after the trip.
Flames win the face-off in their zone, but clock will run out. And the Bruins get the victory here on home ice as they come out to congratulate Jonas Korpisalo on the win. 4-1 the final over the Calgary Flames. Back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech
Car today. Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Feeding the puck for families is and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance. Plus, plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins with a 4-1 win over Calgary. Calgary was certainly not at the top of their game tonight. Bruins took advantage when they got the opportunities.
Yeah, you still have to play the game, and you still have to do the things it takes to win and get saves when there are a couple of breakdowns. They got those saves here today. There was one breakdown that ended up in the back of their net, but Korpisalo was good when he needed to be. It wasn't a game about special teams for the most part. It was a 5-on-5 game. Everybody gets involved that way. Good to see the fourth line getting on the board with a couple of goals. You know, Lorai's goal was with that line on the ice, and of course Corrali had the goal in the first period. So you know, it's good to spread the wealth a little bit. You know, you're still looking for a couple guys to get going up front offensively, and you know, to put up you know, numbers that they're capable of. But all in all, it's a good team game. They didn't give Calgary a lot, and I don't think Calgary had much. I mean, even, you know, do you pull your goaltender when you're 3 down and you're not really creating much? I don't think Ryan Huska just
kind of waved the white flag in this one.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I think, you know, he just realized his team just didn't have it here today. You know, they played last night, and it was up to the Bruins to take advantage. It's the third game in a row where the team has played the night before. Now, they lost against Seattle, but they beat Vancouver, and they beat Calgary here today. So, you know, not easy for the Bruins either. You know, it's like we said, the schedule can be demanding. The Bruins were on that 5-game road trip and then travel back yesterday, spend the whole day on an airplane and get back and play here today. I know how I felt, you know, and I'm not playing the games, right? You know, it takes you a little while to get acclimated, and they did a good job here today. It's, you know, they were the better team, especially early when the game was still on the line. They were finally able to extend the lead. That was the important part for me. They got that third goal by Mason Lohrei, and then a fourth. And then because Calgary they had a couple of chances in the second period. And you're saying all it takes is one bounce. And this is a whole different game. It becomes 2-1, and Calgary has life. Mm-hmm. You know, so Korpisalo made saves when he needed to in the second period. The Bruins extended the lead in the second period, and then Calgary really didn't have much of a push in the third.
You said early on in this game, you know, you might need some contributions up and down the lineup tonight, and they got that.
You might have to do it ugly too,
right? You know, didn't turn out to be as ugly as they needed, as we thought at the beginning. But you know, you get the 2 goals with the Corrali line on the ice tonight, including he gets a goal and an assist, two assists for Janot. Middlestat gets one. You get one from a defenseman in Lohrei, and a high end play from Hustinov to Pasternak to Elias Lindholm to make it 2-0 in there as well. So it really, everyone contributed throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, a number of players with you know, points in this game. Just about everybody a plus in this game. You know, it's just that type of game for you. where you can get everybody to contribute. Everybody's over 10 minutes because you don't have a lot of penalties. You stayed out of the box. You only had to kill one penalty here today. You know, Kaslik and can't remember who it was. Well, no, but there was offsiding penalties. Was it Coleman who ended up going to the box? I can't remember. It was somebody else that went to the box.
That's right. Yeah,
he was involved. Who was involved with Lori, so that was offsetting. You're only shorthanded once. Makes a big difference when you can use everybody, and you know, you go up and down your lineup. You know, you're not having guys stale on the bench waiting for penalties to be killed. So it you know, credit to, you know, the way that they managed the game here today. Not a lot of turnovers. They didn't give up a lot of odd man rushes. You know, it was that type of game. And, you know, I don't think Calgary was at their best, but you still got to give credit where credit's due, and the Bruins played a good game.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of that when you get the opportunity. So a 4-1 win tonight for the Bruins, as Service Credit Union and Charlie McAvoy have teamed up for the 73 Reasons campaign this season to donate $250,000 to cover heart screens and cancer screens for police and firefighters, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 every shutout. Boston has 693 blocks so far this season. Service Credit Union has donated $138,600. Learn more now at servicecu.org/73reasons. We'll be back to TD Garden to wrap this one up. Next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Mice running a drill in your basement. Spiders practicing defense in the shower. Stink bugs huddling on the windows. New year, new defense against bugs. Use Burgess Pest, my go-to for fast, local, year-round pest protection. Almost 100 years strong. BurgessPest.com. Built for New England, built to stop pests.
This is 2026. No more messing around. It's the first day of the rest of your life. Today, you are switching to Astound. Shifting your Wi-Fi and life into a new gear. Reliable, affordable connection. So you can browse, watch, and play like you've always wanted. Because slow Wi-Fi is so last year. Under budget, full speed ahead. That's Astound. Gig Wi-Fi for $50 a month with a 3-year price lock. Restrictions apply. See astound.com for details.
Need a new roof for your home or business? Call East Coast Metal Roofing, lifetime guaranteed roofs, and get 10% off during their New Year savings event. Call 844-611-ECMR or visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com.
At M&T Bank, we're continuously working to provide value to our customers. Like Lou, the CEO of UFOS, a revolutionary footwear brand.
I think the thing I like most about working with M&T Bank is knowing they care. They sincerely care about us as a company. It's not just about the business transaction. They personally care about our business and our success and would make decisions that go above and beyond to achieve that.
See what banking together can do for you at mtv.com/together. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about ClearPath for Veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. ClearPath for Veterans is working with Safety Insurance to help New England veterans at the resource centers in Devens, Massachusetts and Manchester, New Hampshire. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to ClearPath and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
Hi, it's Matthew Slater. Every great project starts with the right partner, and Boston's best contractors know that means Charles D. Sheehy. Dependable, innovative, and committed to quality, CDS keeps every job moving in the right direction with precision and pride. See the difference at cdsi.com.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Pop look that way. There's Kane. Oh, boy. For 500. He scores! Patrick Kane, showtime! 500!
Yeah, 2 goals on the night for Patrick Kane. He becomes the 50.
Hi, it's Joe, Vice President of Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. There's a better way to stay cool this summer. Contact Super Service Today to learn about an electric mini-split system. With generous electric rebates from Mass Save, you could save thousands. Day or night, and always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com.
Get it done. Get it done right. Get it done right away. Call superservicetoday.com.
Late third period, Montreal Canadiens with a 6-2 lead now over the Florida Panthers. Also late in the third, Buffalo has a 5-2 lead over the Rangers. Final in overtime, Toronto takes down the Flyers 2-1. Pittsburgh keeps on a roll, 4-1 winners over the New Jersey Devils. Carolina 5-2 over Anaheim. Second period action, the Islanders 1-0 lead over the Nashville Predators. And 3-2 now at the end of 2 for Winnipeg Jets leading the Edmonton Oilers. In the first period, Colorado has a 2-0 lead over Ottawa.
Bruins with a 4-1 victory tonight here on home ice over the Calgary Flames. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors initiative sponsors our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they donate another $100 to fight food insecurity with 8 feeds tonight. That's another $800 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Time now to give you our 3 stars of the night. Bruins will sweep the honors this evening, and we'll start with 2 assists for our 3rd star, Tanner Jeannot. Lohrei stepping to the top of the circle, fake the shot, shoots and scores! Mason Lohrei got Klapka to go down, stepped around him, and then fired, and he makes it 3-0. That was the second of Tanner Jeannot's assists for that night, as Sean Corrali had the other assist on that goal by Mason Lohrei in the second period. And for Jeannot's first assist of the night, we take you back to our number 2 star of the night, Sean Corrali. McAvoy with the puck at the near circle, going to play it up the right side. Jeannot going to carry into the Calgary zone. McAvoy stumbling back toward the bench as Corrali shoots and scores. Sean Corrali from between the circles beats Wolf, and the Bruins grab a 1-0 lead. Yeah, momentary distraction down in the Bruins zone as McAvoy was hobbling back to the bench, but at the other end, Sean Corrali scores his 4th goal of the season. At the 9:48 mark of the first period, added the assist on the Lohrei goal in the second period as well for him. A 2-point night for both Jeannot and Corrali. And our number 1 star goes to Jonas Korpisalo. McAvoy about to come out of the box. Coronado to Brustevich. Back to Weegar. One-timer blocked by Jeannot. And then coming across to make the save on Coronado was Korpisalo.
By far his most difficult save of this game. That's a nice save. Good read coming across to his left to get a piece.
Korpisalo hadn't played since the first game of the road trip back on December the 27th. Gets the win here tonight, stopping 28 out of the 29 shots the Flames threw in his direction. Improves Corpy's record on the season to 7-8-0 in 15 starts and 16 total appearances this year. The Bruins' overall record goes to 23-19-2 through 44 games, 48 points. They are now 13-8-1 here on home ice this year. For the Calgary Flames, it's their 4th straight loss, dropping them back to 4 games below the 500 mark at 18-22-4 through 44 games, 40 points for Ryan Huska and the Flames. So the Bruins with a 4-1 win tonight will now continue the homestand, game 2 of the 5-gamer. On Saturday afternoon, they will host the New York Rangers here at TD Garden. Pre-game coverage across the network will get things underway at 12:30 with a face-off a little after 1 o'clock. Now for our executive producer with us here in the booth, Jeremy Conley, our coordinating producer, Mark Capello, studio engineer, James Scaramazino, and for Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Thanks for being with us, and good night from TD Garden.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaws and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catcher's Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Bruins hockey is a presentation of the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. The flagship station of the Patriots, Bruins, the Celtics, WBCFM and HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. Leslie Media Group station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting.
Download to Jeannot, back to Pete. Final 10 seconds to go. Pete to Jokiharju, one-timer. Change direction, and Wolf Nearly had that one slip through. Is able to make the save and a whistle with 5.4 to go.
Wolf's been good in this game.
He has.
You know, this was a gettable game right from the start, you know, for the Bruins. And, you know, to their credit, they stay with it and got it. And good way to start the 5-game homestand back after the trip.
Flames win the face-off in their zone, but clock will run out. And the Bruins get the victory here on home ice as they come out to congratulate Jonas Korpisalo on the win. 4-1 the final over the Calgary Flames.
Yeah, bump it. Bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it. Coming home from the game tonight. You're coming home. How you feeling? The Bruins won a good game tonight. A game that they needed. A game that was much earned as well, considering that they were just on a long road trip, a 5-game road trip where realistically, if you look at it, Korpisalo didn't see the net whatsoever. It was Swayman all the way. They come back home. They get Calgary, who, again, not one of the better teams in hockey, but they did beat them in overtime earlier this year. And they got out of the gates early. It's been a while since the Bruins have gone up on a team early in games and set the tone early on and show that they are dialed in. It's been a while. They did it tonight. It was clean, great goaltending, multiple different points, players tonight. It was great. It was a good win. And they'll play the Rangers this weekend, but they needed this one tonight, and the best medicine is a team like Calgary off a loss on a back-to-back. And Korpisalo needed this one tonight. He's been struggling. I was wondering maybe if Sturm didn't want to go to him on the road trip at all. That was kind of interesting. Absolutely locked in tonight was Korpisalo as the Bees went 4-1. They snapped their 4-game home losing streak. And a strong showing one more time from Korpisalo. 10 different Bruins recorded at least a point in the win. We'll go over that in just a little bit. Again, I wanted to open up the phone lines to you at 617-779-0985. We got a lot going on for the next hour or so. Skaz is here. He was just working the game, so we'll get some thoughts on what happened tonight. The college football playoff is on. I believe halftime just ended. And we'll see what's going on but right now, Miami has a lead over Ole Miss, 17-13. Exciting game, though, if you get your eyes on that. And there is some Red Sox news. We'll continue our Patriots and Chargers preview over the next 60 minutes or so. Again, the phone number 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well. We just popped it up. You can see our friends already in there. Matt, Sir Droids, they're all ready to go in this one. So, just to mention it, the Bruins jumped out to an early lead. Sean Corrali led things off. And then Elias Lindholm scored a goal. All that happened within about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Corrali's goal was his 4th of the year. Lindholm, it was his 8th of the campaign. He has 3 in his last 4 games, so he's starting to get going a little bit. They had a 2-0 lead through the first period. Bruins pushed their lead to 3. Mason Lowry with a snipe. Back-to-back games for him. Is he getting hot? I was critical of him of late, but he's starting to score some goals. And then Casey Middlestat, nice little second chance Tuckeroony, I'd call it. Dustin Wolf was, despite giving up the goals, was decent. But it got right by him in that one. So, That's the third and fourth goals of the night. And that one also happened in a bunch between 4 minutes. So they scored 2:18, 2 goals apart. And then it was 3:57, 2 goals apart. But the story tonight, Korpisalo locked in. And, you know, he had a bad loss against Buffalo, if you can remember, before the holiday. I'm trying to remember. Was that before the Edmonton game? I can't remember now. But it was against Buffalo. And, you know, he battled all night long. He really wanted this one. Had some huge saves. There's a couple of good calls by Ryan tonight on some of those saves. But in the third period, he was dialed in. He denied, was it Farabee on a breakaway? It was really nice. They did shuffle up their lines a bit tonight. They went back with a first line with Husti, our boy, Hustadinov. And they put him with Lindholm and Pasternak. That worked. And the second and fourth lines tonight somewhat stayed intact. Fraser Minton between Steves went down with Morgan Geekie, who I want to get into in a little bit here. But they're trying to get Geekie back offensively. He's riding a 7-game goalless drought. 3 goals in his last 13 games. He did not end the drought tonight. But he was pretty solid overall on the field. So the Bees now 23-19-2. They'll host the Rangers on Saturday at 1 p.m. And we just got a doink in the game. I'll tell you what the score is in the college football playoff. And certainly if you want to react to the Bees win tonight, you can at 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray. We got an hour to go here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Calgary Flames studios, WBZFM and HD1. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger